needing one thing. Don't need the jewels and the pearls and all the things in between. I need a lot of your time, and I be needing attention. Need that next level love, boy, you know I'm feeling ascension. I'm feeling ascension. I see what we're missing. Put some clothes on, baby, can we go to a dinner? Let's go to a movie for just us two. Let's make new memories between me and you. Heels, check. Beat, check. Run up the check, baby, tell me what's next. Hey, love, check. Fun, check. One-on-one, baby, we needed this. It's a day night. Get dressed, let's get dressed, let's. It's a day night. No stress, no. No stress, no. It's a day night. Get dressed, let's get dressed, let's. It's a day night. No stress, no. No stress, no. Know you needed my time, and I'm needing you too. Fly me out to dinner, reservation for two. I can't even deny, I ain't even gon' lie, that you really got my heart. Tonight it's a whole vibe. Tonight it's about us, riding round Billy truck. Know they faces is stuck, unconditional love. Tonight we gon' make some memories, ain't thinking about our enemies. Pop out and we make a scene and drop about 300 beans. Heels, check. Beat, check. Run up the check, baby, tell me what's next. Hey, love, check. Fun, check. One-on-one, baby, we needed this. It's a day night. Get dressed, let's get dressed, let's. It's a day night. No stress, no. No stress, no. It's a day night. Get dressed, let's get dressed, let's. It's a day night. No stress, no. No stress, no.
Hey, welcome back to the Live Ladies Podcast. And guess what, y'all? We are on episode number 10. Yes. Now, I know if you saw the last episode was episode 8, very explosive. We are doing a very special episode for you that we didn't record. It didn't come out yet. It will be out this Sunday. For Father's Day. So y'all look out for that. I'm going to do a couple of promos and stuff like that. Y'all got to check that out. Y'all really going to like that, just for the holiday. So tonight is going to be another fiery, explosive show. Tonight we are going to be talking about something that I keep hearing people complain about, and I said, hey, let's get the queens in the building. Let's have some kings come on later, and let's actually talk about it. So what we are talking about is, right, why do Black women not listen to Black men? Right? So I know every time people hear that it's going to be something. It's probably going to be people in their feelings. But, that's what we do. That's what the show about, And I had some clips, right? When I was thinking about the clips, I said, I'm going to want to see people really dig down deep, into this topic. So before we do all of that, I want to introduce my queens. They in the building. And we ready to talk about it. So we're going to start first. Let's start with the queen, Goddess to a Demon. Goddess, introduce yourself and tell them where they can find you at, and support you. All right.
I am Goddess to a Demon. I have a podcast on Hinge World Anchored. It's in production. You can find me on all streaming platforms. And I am on Instagram and TikTok under Goddess to a Demon.
All right. Thank you, Queen. All right. And next up, we have the Queen, Miss Oshun. Miss Oshun, introduce yourself and tell them where they can find you and support you at, Queen.
Hey, everybody. If you can hear me, I am Miss Oshun, and I can be found on social media under Miss Oshun Possible. You can also find me under Miss Oshun Possible on YouTube, but the channel is actually called The Love Experience on YouTube. That is, and I have my other platform, Game of Dragons TV. That's a more, more podcast like platform, but that's where my raw come in at, and then I have to chill out on my other podcast. But that's what I got going on right now. I do have other projects, but as you know, they still in production, and they'll be out probably. It's gonna be some months, but I'm working on it. But that's pretty much me in a nutshell.
Yes, all right. Thank you, Queen. And next up, we have a new queen in the building. She has actually been with us before, but it was on a different show, and we have love for her. We got the queen, the real Queen Nay. Introduce yourself, Queen. Tell them where they can find you and support you at.
Hello, I am Janae, the real Queen Nay, and I'm an author as well as a world peace advocate. Y'all can find me on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. I'm pretty much on every platform. I'm on TikTok as well. And, I'm just here to support my queen because that is what I do, is support my queens. And so salute to y'all. Shout out to the audience and let's get it.
Yes, salute, Queen. Thank you. Yes. Now, let me ask y'all something, right? Before we jump into the topic, when you first heard about the topic, how did y'all feel? What went through your mind when you first heard about this topic? Why don't Black women listen to their counterparts, Black men? Well, what is y'all? Anybody want to jump in?
My first thought was because of their egos. There's no graciousness, there's no humility, there's no acceptance that they don't know everything. You have to be able to be mindful that in order to have a successful union, you have to give allowance to the other person to carry identity. And if you don't, then it's detrimental. No woman is going to want to be led by somebody who doesn't see her.
Yeah, I respect it. Yes. And let me introduce the king. I'm sorry, Rob Hines. Hey, King.
What's happening, ladies? I had a little bit of technical difficulty the last couple of days. I do not know if you have noticed, but I have removed my beard by accident.
Oh.
And I do not like the way my chin looks. I hadn't seen it in about 30 years, and it is not attractive to me.
By accident? That's amazing. I'm glad you up here, King, because, we're going to talk, about what I call, the disconnect, and I had some clips from both sides, right? But before, we get into that, I keep forgetting to do this every week. And I think people are forgetting that we are not up here for our health. We are up here for the support. You got to subscribe to all these channels that we are calling out, like the video, hit the notification bell. But, sometimes I say it and people just like, okay, whatever, evolution. So, I got a little short little thing for you. Like the head. Here you go.
Wow, I think that's dope, and I would like to borrow it if it's possible.
Thank you. I made it as bright as I could because, I'm starting to notice maybe everybody subscribed already. Bring your friends and stuff like that. We need the love and support. Like, come on. We need people to hit them subscribe buttons. That notification bell. Please hit that also. That will tell you exactly when we are on so you don't miss none of these shows. Now let's get down to the nitty gritty, right? There is like I keep saying, like a disconnect, right? And I want you as one of our trusted, amazing kings. Can you tell me why you think, or if you think that Black women do listen to Black men or they don't, let me know what you think.
Well, I, well, one of the biggest keys to me is, in order to make any relationship work, you have to make what's important to you important to them, and then vice versa. And one of the reasons that the sisters don't listen is because they've been consistently disappointed. I mean, for centuries. So it becomes your go-to thing to, like, even if I dig you, I still can't trust you because you haven't given shown me enough to trust you. And so sometimes it's justified, especially if you keep trusting the dude that keep disappointing you, however he disappoints you. So I don't, that's what it seems like to me.
Oh,
I
okay.
I disagree a little bit because his what's important to him is important to him. That's not my responsibility. He's what's important to me. So I need to be able to adjust according to him just as much as he needs to adjust for me. So it wasn't correct. It's just my likes are my likes. I don't expect my man to understand which glitter is going to go in my lip gloss, you know? So
There
there's
there
got to
should be
be some limits.
I would not disagree with you, but I'm saying in order to make the relationship work, you can do what you want to do, but you got to find a way, even if it's some shit you don't care about. You may care about them doing it. That's a part of what builds a relationship. I don't give a shit about your garden, but if I sit here and watch you in it and see your beautiful ass out there, then I'm gonna go out there and play with you. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. Like, she didn't give a damn about football, but she was sitting watching with me. So if you can lend yourself to me, then I can lend myself to you.
Oh, okay. And let me introduce the king. We have thank you for coming, King Majestic. Thank you. So nice to have you up here.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me. Peace and blessings to everybody.
Same to you,
Yeah,
brother.
thank you. I want to ask you, how do you feel about the topic? Well, why do or don't black women listen to black men? How do you feel about that?
Well, first, what is listen? So what do we mean by listen, and what does listening look like for us? So I know exactly what we're talking about, a bit of a criteria on this.
Okay, well, I can play a clip. What it's seeming like from what I was looking at is like, and I don't want to give too much, but they're like, black women are combative, they're masculine. Like, the things they throw out to say that we don't like to listen because we want to dominate, you know, we want to control, it was a little bad when I saw the clip. It was a little bad. It was a little bad, you know.
I mean, well, first and foremost, I think we all have to display a level of discernment, as adults. There is a fake black men versus black women war. Now there are issues in our community, right? And to be honest with you, we're pretty aware of these major issues. They're about 3-4 generations deep, and I don't think they're anything that either side would disagree with. So I think the biggest thing actually is we got to stop asking all these silly questions. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you ask me, all of this type of stuff is just the bullshit. There's too many black women speaking on or engaging, and the black men just engaging in the, well, what does it come to the table? Like, to be honest with you, all these questions have no real relevance if we're talking about like real life relationships. They really just sound like teenage silly shit you say. What did you bring to the table? Like, what you mean? Two people came together. So how you asking what one person brought to the table? That don't make no sense.
Hey, yeah.
So me personally, I think we got to start listening to these things and going, yeah, that sounds like that shit. Because all of us earnestly want to love the other. I don't believe that like our intentions inside are not to want to be with the other and want to love each other. We're trying to figure it out, And I saw a video the other day that basically said, if you think about it right now in this lifetime, people, regardless of sex, are trying to elevate, right? They're trying to get in tune with their spirituality. They're trying to figure out how to navigate life and all of the things that are going on, from war to these other different things, you know? And I think based off that, it's like we're all trying to see what the upgrade is, right? Traditionally, what might have been what one brings to the table or what might have allowed people to stay in a relationship, that's not that. And that only makes sense, right? That would be evolution. If we have 4 or 5, 3 to 4 generations of single motherhood, we have 3 generations of this and that. We have to start looking at, well, what do we need to do to not do these things, right? And at the basis of all of them is love for self, first and foremost, right? Then it's like we have to teach relationships or bonds better. I like to use bonds more because there's bonds and there's relationships. To me, relationships is like what we put that title to, it's a status. But a bond is what you have with someone, whether I'm your man, boyfriend, side person, friends with benefits. It's about the bond that you have. And I think the focus is what's the problem. We focusing on this, flippity flute. Too much flippity flute.
The thing is, when I disagree in the sense of when we hold these conversations, we always are looking outward. What can the community do? We never truly say, you know what, these are the changes that I've made in my life. Like for me, it's walking in a better space of humility. Trying to understand that I don't have the logical mindset of a man, yet I do possess a logical mind. And so just being able to hold that space, to know that I am just as useful as a woman as a man is as a man. And a lot of those conversations, it's always, well, it's because the men do this and the women do this and this and this and this. You're not dating the community. What are you doing in your own personal life to be different than the stories that we're hearing about? That's what I would like to know.
Okay.
And just really quick.
Okay.
Well. Okay, I'm done.
Yes, I was telling, salute. So we got some more people up here. We got the queen, Stephanie. I'll be like, I can't say the whole white school podcast thing. I was like, Stephanie. They were like, who is Stephanie? Yeah, Stephanie.
It's okay.
I want the queens to make sure that they shout out exactly where they can find them at. So shout out where they can find you at. They can support you at, Stephanie.
Hey, everybody. I am here contributing to the Live Ladies on Thursday night, and also on my own. It's the Wife School podcast, where we're encouraging femininity and that we're wives before we get married. And that's the Wife School podcast on IG and YouTube and TikTok.
All right. And next up, we have the queen, Royal V Privilege. Thank you. I'm so glad y'all here. Robbie, please introduce yourself. Tell them where they can find you and support you. And she got a fire channel. Let them know, please.
Yes. We had to rebrand something. So you can find me on Rumble, on Twitch, on TikTok, on Twitter, on Facebook. You can find me here, Robbie Privilege 1. Hello, everybody. Let me tell you something, Evolution. It's crazy that you got Nay up here. Let me tell you how small the world is. I do. It's 1 degree of separation. I know Nay in real life.
Oh.
When I seen it, I said, "That's her. That's her." I knew it was her. I said,
when I saw the hair, I said, "Oh, they standing on business tonight." I love it. They say we all cousins anyway. So
exactly. Listen, let me tell you something. People be playing games on their social media, and everybody swears they know everybody. So when people be like, stuff I'm saying is fake and it's not true, people from my real life could tell you I'm exactly who I say I am. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it.com. Yes.
Yes, I know that's right. Yo, we gonna have a good time up in here tonight, because I got some clips that y'all gonna be like, what is going on? But I think it's gonna be thought-provoking. I just want to ask, because we got the 2 queens up here. While I'm pulling up the clips, I want y'all to tell me how y'all feel about the topic. Why don't Black women listen to Black men? What's that about? How y'all feel about that?
I disagree that Black women don't listen to Black men. I think there's a lot of Black boys that want to present as men. They overgrown children, because a man is not going to tolerate a lack of following what the directives are. If you have a man, your man is going to set the tone in your relationship. He's going to set the foundation. He's going to make sure you bond a certain type of way, because if you're not on his program, he's going to politely show you the door.
Absolutely.
And with her saying that, I'm gonna say this. And I do apologize.
Okay.
With her saying that, I'm gonna say this because they're not leading in the right way. And if you're not leading where I'm trying to go, I cannot follow you. So if you're trying to,
sorry,
so
I
go
have to
ahead.
push
You
back
know
on
we,
you,
we
Nay.
could do
I have to
it.
push back on you
And then, like you said,
because
you can't tell me what kind of glitter to put in my lip gloss.
but you took my what I said and twisted it into a different narrative. A man can't lead you if your feet are stuck in cement.
But like I
Um,
said, if it's not where I'm trying to go, if I'm not going there, I'm not gonna follow him. So my feet gonna be stuck in cement because I'm gonna stand on mine and I'm not gonna go in that direction.
okay, but this is the thing, right? Regardless of if a woman wants to be stubborn and have her feet stuck in cement or not, a leader is going to encourage movement because a leader is going to know what it takes to get you to move out of your comfort zone, out of the things that are holding you back from being what he needs you to be. He's going to see that you used to being too independent, and he's going to make it so comfortable where you don't got to be independent on your own no more, that you learn that you can trust in him. That's my opinion.
So to use your example, that would mean a general in war is busy looking at his soldiers and, coaxing them to fight. A leader doesn't have time to look behind him. He's got to focus forward. And so a man has got to trust that his woman, is going to be moving along with him. It can't just be a this is my way, this is your way kind of conversation.
Right. So this is the thing. I don't know how familiar and well versed you are in the art of war, right? In the art of war, the general has to understand the total of the sum. He has to understand peace. He has to understand war. He has to understand where the troops are, where the troops are not. He has to know his enemy like himself. He has to know how to move everybody to actualize a victory. This is how leaders lead. So when people say things like, "Oh well," and this is no shade to you.
On with Mayasa, but I saw you kept calling, so I was everything good.
Oh, you're not on mute, Majestic. We could hear your conversation. Majestic.
Let me see.
Mute.
It's Majestic.
Debo, can you mute him?
Majestic.
Down, but
Yeah.
you know what?
There you go. Okay.
Backstage.
All right.
So you
Hey,
know,
Leah.
when we
All
talking
right.
about, when we talking about real war and what generals do, like I'm a military brat, so I know when it comes to war, the general is not just focused on the charge. They focused on the best way to affect the victory without any damage or any loss to their troop. I'm be quiet though.
Yeah, but still, like Robbie, like in aspects of military, isn't there honorable discharge? Like if you ain't gonna abide by it, sayonara.
Yeah, but that's what I said.
But I'm
So
saying, yeah. So if the person, like, if she says or people say that they're not gonna, not necessarily get on a man's page, but I mean, if you guys aren't aligned and have the same vision,
yeah.
then you probably should just exit
Yeah,
stage
then
left.
you're gonna get dishonorably discharged. White
Yeah.
school, not even honorably discharged. You're gonna get dishonorably
Yeah,
discharged. You're gonna get kicked to the curb. Like,
Yeah.
see,
My
I done
problem
tried
is
to
I
work this shit.
discharge myself when I know I'm not listening. I'll be like, you know what? Let me go because I'm not gonna listen.
So
And before you dismiss me, I'll dismiss myself.
That's crazy.
you're right. You're right from a strategic. You're right from a strategic mindset. Yet the principle is the emotion. A general doesn't have time to counteract each and every soldier's emotions. So in order to lead their lead, there has to be a trust given. Otherwise, you're just in combat, and
Well,
that's
Can I
counterproductive.
add something to that? Can I add? Y'all hear
right,
me okay?
but go ahead, we
You good,
and then
Okay,
Jordan?
look, check this out. Check this out. I want to say this. This is where a lot of, first of all, shout out to the panel. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody. Hope you're having a good day. Y'all hear me pretty clear, right?
It's low, but we
All
hear
right,
you.
so listen. All right, listen. So society, hold on. Hold on. Let me fix this shit. It's these cheap ass headphones. I'm going to keep it on.
I feel you.
All right, y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
That's them Dollar Tree shits I went and picked up. Hey, so shout out to everybody. But what I want to say is this: what I'm starting to notice is society, unfortunately, has played a trick on women to where the idea of being successful means to challenge your partner, and it's almost as if like to be successful, it's more of not a goal thing for you and your partner as a unit, but a you thing. You're not successful unless you go and do it. Like including your partner means you had help, but to say you had help is to say you didn't do it or you're not successful. So to go out there and do it and to prove to everyone that you do it, that you did it, because you can be successful with your partner. But the fact, like I said, society has found a way to make women think that being successful is to challenge your partner or challenge your man. And we have to look at success in a different way now. So what is success in a relationship? Is it someone being higher than the other? Is it someone being more grounded than the other? Is it how do you measure that?
I'm gonna be honest, y'all being so nice tonight. And I'm trying to keep it together because y'all my people, I love y'all. Y'all just so classy with it. And I'm about to tear this whole stage.
Evo, can I make a quick statement?
Yeah, keep it classy for a little while.
These war analogies may be a little apt, but I read The Art of War also, and I was also in the military. And what you find is the level of responsibility you could handle goes with a specific group of characteristics, right? So if you got a more caring type of characteristic, they have a job for you that is still a general officer, but it may not be the top general officer. Because when you get to the top of the general officers, they don't have time to give a fuck about you. They really don't. I mean, they care that you get fed. They care that you get to where you're supposed to be. But what they care about most is that you eliminate everything in front of you. Now, the reason why people eliminate everything in front of them in such a vigorous way is because you are fighting for each other. So like at the platoon level, it's a guy you're closer to. At the battery level, because I was in field artillery, there's a person that you are a little less closer to, but you respect them. And the whole thing works because I will die for the person next to me. So if you can find out a way to die for that woman, because that's what the old man who raised me was like, this is the one thing worth dying for is the ladies and the kids. And so if you can find somebody that feels like they will die for you and also spend the time quality that you need to be spent to you, then the rest of it kind of tastes good.
I understand. Listen, I understand what you're saying, brother. I'm understanding what you're saying, but what I'm trying to say, I'm just saying we're talking from a woman's point of view. I mean, I'm not a woman, but from what I see from outside the box, it's almost as if like your success can only be measured by yourself. Like your partner can't be a part of your success unless your partner is successful in the form that you need to be successful. He can't be successful in his own way. He can't be as successful in any other way. He has to be successful in the way that you need him to be to match you being successful. Okay. You understand what I'm saying?
Question, but okay, like isn't like us bringing something has been formulated by the question men have been asking, what do you bring to the table? So now you're kind of forcing the woman to kind of assimilate what she has done to bring. Just, is that
really quick?
I'm gonna say something on that one.
You guys, I'm sorry, really quick. I have to go, Evo. I'm not feeling good, so
okay.
I wanna say good night to everybody. Thank you guys. I just don't feel well, so I'm gonna drop. But you guys have a good show, okay?
All right, thank you, guys. Thank you for coming. Yeah. All right, good night. She did tell me beforehand, so I appreciate the love just coming on sick. I appreciate that.
I'm gonna piggyback on that though, because like he said, like my thing is that if I got a hustler, right? Let's just keep it 100, right? And I don't bring nothing to the table. What good am I, right? So if I got a hustler, guess what? I'm gonna make sure I got products for him to sell. I'm creating things for him to sell. I'm adding something into that. So like I said, I don't listen to, and when I'm gonna go to myself, I don't listen to a man who ain't on the course that I'm trying to go on. He not business minded like me. I might listen to him, but I'm not gonna be with him. You get what I'm saying? Because if it's not complimenting me 100%, and I'm gonna go here because Robbie will tell you, I couldn't even be right here right now and say anything that I said if I was still with the man that I was with when she knew me.
Well,
and I'm gonna go back deep with it. Cause she would be like, "Nay, you still with him?"
Yeah.
Am I lying?
That's bad.
That's real. That's real. That's real.
So at the end of the day, I am now with the man who was putting me in the position to do what I want to do. And then I'm going to say this. I don't want my man to die for me. I want you to live for me. I want you to live for me. So when I say I want you to live. So if
let me say something to you.
I want you to live.
I want to say something. I want to say something to you because I know somebody else want to say something. I'm about to slide off. Now, here's the key that what you just said. It's not the fact that that man has put you in a position. It's the fact that you gave him a reason to put you in that position. And I think what happens is, like I said, when people try to match success, you don't see the reason to be successful with your partner because you're too busy with going on about your success on your own. It was something about you, something that you did, something that you said. You know what I'm saying? Something that you did that made that man say, you know what? I'm gonna invest my energy and everything
I'm gonna
into
stay
this
around.
woman.
She got the skills to pay the
You know what I mean? We ain't gonna go that far. We ain't gonna go that far.
But it might
We're
not
gonna
even
keep
have
it
nothing
clean.
to do with the money, though. You get what I'm saying, neither, though, because I'm just gonna be honest. Can you be with me while I'm working on my business after I've been through something that has prevented me from that? You get what I'm saying? I bring much more to the table than $1, and I'm gonna just keep it real with you. I've been with this man for 3 months, and I ain't paid not one bill but my cell phone bill. And the only other thing is I help him with his child, and I cook and I clean and I sit in here and I work on my business. And like I said, he a hustler. Guess what? He helping me sell my books.
Oh, yes.
He wants me to go out and go to the art festival with
Yeah, because the money goes to the same bank. The money goes to the same bank. Hey, the money goes to the same bank.
Wasn't we, Robbie? We was making money when I was with that man, and I couldn't do that.
Hey, I want to say peace and love to everybody on the show. Love
I'm
all
so
of you.
glad. I'm so upset that you leaving.
I'm gonna spin off because I gotta go take care of something. And yo, you know what I'm saying? Everything's gonna be all right.
Thank you, King. Thank you for coming up, King. Look, this is what I mean when I thought of this, right? The first thing I was thinking, I hate to say this, but I was thinking because we got a soundtrack on it. I was thinking because I am stronger than a lot of men that I know. So it's hard for me to listen to somebody. One, I'm doing better than. Two, you know what I'm saying? Life ain't together. You know what I'm saying? Three, he watch it. I could go all night.
You ain't been where I've been. You behind me. You behind me.
Yeah. It's like what I'm like. You need to be listening to me, homie. Like, and I get that all the time. It's just like, nah, like I'm doing this. Like, yeah. Let me be your role model. Like, and I know that's terrible.
I got enough copycats out here. Last thing I need is my man to copy me.
But here's the thing, like a lot of people have unrealistic expectations when it comes to relationship in regards to the fact that, like, is it really about money? If you're just with somebody for the money that they bring, then you don't love them. You're opportunistic. Like, and that's no shade against anybody, but it is what it is, because jobs come and jobs go. Money is a transient spirit. What will you do when the person that you're with no longer has money, right? In the wedding vows, it says for richer, for poor, in sickness and health, as long as we both shall live. So a lot of these relationship conversations are severely disingenuous because they're predicated upon the fact that somebody has money. Meanwhile, most Americans don't make any money. Meanwhile, most families are in the struggle. Meanwhile, most people have a whole bunch of kids that they can't really afford. If we look at most families across the board, regardless of race, they stand in the need of help. If we look at school lunch systems, who's on free or reduced lunch, it's not just one demographic, it's all of the races. Okay, when we look at who is in affordable housing, it's all of the races. When we look at who's struggling to pay rent, who's struggling to pay mortgage, who's been affected by the housing crisis, it's all races. But for some reason or another, they always say, well, it's Black women and Black women don't listen. And listen, stop trying to control people. Find a woman or a man that fits your lifestyle, that fits your demographic, that actually makes you feel complete, that makes you happy. I'm one of these people. I don't care what race of person you date. I don't care if you date a purple person. As long as that purple person makes you happy, then go be happy. Like, why do we feel we need to be stuck with each other? And at the end of the day, we're people that our legacy in these contiguous United States of America has been predicated upon slavery, in which our families were torn apart, in which there was a lot of sexual assaults on the men and the women, which leads to a psychological path of instability. So until we learn how to get over that trauma, and people are like, oh no, y'all are so far removed from slavery. Wrong again. If you look at the trajectory and the path, it was slavery, then it was Jim Crow, then it was redlining. Like, there's a whole bunch of after effects. I'm gonna be quiet though.
Wait, you killing it. That's true.
So no, you're right, and this is why that the Republican Byron Reynolds or whatever his name is, they tried to They tried to tear him apart for saying that the Black family was more together during Jim Crow. But what he wasn't saying that we were more successful. He was saying that we were together because of that law. We were working together. We were working harder together. We were fighting for our families. That's all he was saying. He wasn't saying that we were more successful. He was just saying we were more united then because we had so much more to fight for together. And this is why we're even here for you, Queen, because at the end of the day, we're showing that we support each other now. And that's all we have to get back to doing. I know we're not even talking about, but this is about listening to people. Like, it is like Black women listening to Black women, black, period. You get what I'm saying? Like, I can't listen to you if you can't hear me and we not on the same.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
I slightly disagree about that Byron Donald dude. That dude is a coon. He was cooning for the crackers in the room, trying to get a couple dollars. And that leads me to my next point. We have to figure out how to make it. Absolutely, our friend and wife, we better off when y'all had your boot on our neck. No, that's bullshit. What it was is that, so here's the facts. The facts are this. The biggest issue we all have is capitalism. I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to keep reiterating it. If you didn't have to work for these people so hard, you could develop your own shit better. There's only so many hours in the day. And if I got to give 8 hours to this dude and 2 hours, an hour to get ready and an hour for the commute both ways, how much time do I have for anyone else? I don't have time for my significant other. I don't have time for my children. I am spending all my time breaking my back making these people money. So until we can figure out how to really get together, because the only thing that we needed from these people is startup capital. They've had it from the beginning. So when they made the civil rights movement, we thought it'd be cool to sit down next to them, and it ain't bad. But all we did was take our dollar and put it with them. So if we find a way to keep our dollar with us, because we have way too much spending power than the rest of we are the exact reason that this shit is where it is from the time it started.
The majority.
They're going to continue to make money off of Black bodies one way or the other.
Right, but the thing of it is, I'm sorry, wife school. Let me just say this real quick. I'm gonna go on mute. The thing of it is, if we start looking at the civil rights movement, what actually powered the civil rights movement?
Women.
And I don't want to go. No, it was husbands and wives. It was families that powered the civil rights movement, and that is when we had our largest numbers in growth as far as population, as far as demographics, as far as political acumen, was during the civil rights movement. And when they figured out that the Black family as a unit was a real problem, which they already knew from slave times, which is why they separated us and broke us apart. This is why we have the problems that we have today. And it's very easy to get hoodwinked and bamboozled from these talking points and these panels that people have and think it's about capitalism and think it's about this and think it's about that. It's about the power within the Black family unit. This is why they stole us from Africa. This is why they
add
represent Africa as the smallest continent when in fact it is the largest one. This is why they steal resources from Africa, because every resource that we use, every resource that is venerated and exalted is found in Africa, because there is power in the melanin. In fact, white people are an anomaly. They are the exact genetic absence of melanin. They are not supposed to exist. I'm gonna be quiet though.
I'm not arguing
Hey,
any of that with you. That's not what I'm
Like-
arguing with you. I'm not arguing any of that with you because I agree
Mhm.
with you. But we were still
Mhm.
thriving when they were taking our children from us like pit bull puppies. We were still making things happen. We were still multiplying. And a lot of the weight fell on the sisters to have to do all that. They took titty milk from you to raise their own kids. So
I'm glad you said that too.
Mhm.
Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry. I'm pulling up
I'm
a
just,
clip
I'm
for
just
that.
saying
Glad you said
that the power has always been within us. The problem is we don't know where the fight is. And the fight is always capitalism. That's what makes America what it is.
Yeah, but the thing, okay, maybe it's something deeper than that. Because capitalism, I mean, even if we had our own, it's still, we would have to have capitalism with our own culture, right? Our own people. I think it's the integration, the validation. That's a whole different separation, like mindset and thing that we really have at our core. That we have the money, like you said, we have the power, but the fact that we want to impress people, like I said, that don't like us, or we want to use our money in a way to keep up with the Joneses. It's this thought of the validation and the integration that, well, that white man has it better, so let me like go out into his suburbs. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, because we've had lack, because we were at the bottom, well, made to be at the bottom, it seemed like, wow, if I could only have that privilege that they have, the freedom, so I don't have to have an eye or behind my back or like look over my shoulder. You know what I'm saying? That's a different feeling, because who doesn't want to just walk around and not have second thoughts about a cop pulling you over, or if I just get money, they'll accept me and I look like I have money, so they won't bother me. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that there's something like Robbie was saying, like a lot of psychological roots that have us in such a way, like we're trying to separate, but we can't, because some people that we're trying to enlighten, they're kind of stuck, and it's like, oh my god.
I don't disagree with anything you're saying.
unified.
Has really brought us down in a lot of ways, because now it diluted our purpose, our fight, our strength to pull together all our resource. And I mean, if we have over $1 trillion in spending.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But it's always a what do you call it? An infiltrator that can come in and say, hey, you had 3 convictions, so tell me what's going on at Live Ladies Podcast so we can shut it down real quick.
I don't disagree with anything you're saying.
And it's like, yeah.
I'm so sorry, sweetheart.
No, go ahead, love.
The only thing I'm saying to you is, the only thing that happened when we got integrated is we took our dollar and gave it to them. That's basically what you're saying. And that's what I'm agreeing with you with. And the only way we're going to get out of this is to try to find a space where we could be us. That means we got to buy shit, but we got to work more as a collective, right? And because we're not and that's the difference between before Jim Crow, because what we need to realize is the difference between reconciliation and reconstruction. And all of the stuff that happened around that time, it was exactly to do what they wound up doing. They never wanted us to be able to sit next to them, but they figured out, oh, these people make money and they're making money by themselves. So we got to tear down what they have and get them to give their dollars to us. So here, you can sit next to me as long as you buy my hamburger.
And
You
guess
mean
what?
like the Tulsa
But still eat out the back.
But this is why we can't listen to some people who call themselves men, because if they are not this intellectually inclined, how am I supposed to even begin to follow you and listen to you?
Exactly, just like the
And then if you can't even have this conversation where we're able to talk back and forth and you listen and I listen and then we listen and we learn, then guess what? I can't listen.
Right, just like the Tulsa Massacre survivors. They literally disrupted Black Wall Street, and they refused to give those people reparations, even though, as we speak right now, they know good and hell well that was all predicated upon a lie. So when we sit in here and we talk, you know what I'm saying? I agree with you to a degree, good brother. Like, I hear you talking, but the reality is like, nah, they don't really care about us. They don't care about us, and they have played in our faces so much that we don't care about us. We over here believing the bull crap that they feeding. We over here willingly drinking the Kool-Aid. Saying, you know what? Yeah, they right. Yeah, they right. And the black woman, and the black man, and the black woman, and the black man, and the black woman, and the black man. And then everybody's like, yeah, because I don't deal with them. And they don't listen to us, and they don't do this, and they don't do that. So if everybody want to keep saying this foolishness, how we ever gonna get past it? You can't get past it until you know better. You can't do better until you choose to do better. All of these conversations do is they predicate a narrative in which there will never be Black unity. They predicate a narrative in which you can pass the buck of accountability. They afford people the opportunity to not be introspective, to not push harder, to not do anything better, but sit around on social media and complain and complain and complain. So when I say, you know, and sorry to the homegirl that has to drop off, when I say women running around here talk about some, well, you just have to trust somebody. If you just trust anybody, you're a fool. Someone has to earn your trust. They have to show you and prove to you that they are trustworthy. So women, a lot of women, they won't like when I say this. A lot of women on this social media is pandering. They pandering to men because they feel like the men are going to donate, when in fact, women are the ones that actually do the most supporting and do the most donating, number one. So instead of having real conversations with sisters and really telling them what it takes to actually get with somebody, learn communication skills, work through some things, build a foundation, have a happy family. No, well, you just gotta listen. You sound stupid. I'm not, and that's no disrespect, please. I'm very raw with how I speak, so please don't take it away. But I'm not blindly following nobody, because you're not going to walk me off the cliff into the volcano to have me burnt up in the fire. And the man that gets me, the man that I have, is the man that watched me. He watched me for over a year. He pursued me in a meaningful way. He understood me and my psychology before he ever even introduced the word of relationship, marriage, or future. So what we need is men to sit there, since y'all is the leaders, watch your target, acquire your target. Instead of trying to acquire the vagina, acquire the mind, acquire the heart, acquire the soul. Make sure the woman that you are getting in bed with, if you have a child, is going to be able to raise your children. It's going to be able to be the skill and the backbone. I'm gonna be quiet though, because I'm saying too much.
Well,
yes, you're preaching. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you know, people on Instagram, they got a lot to say.
What they saying over there?
Ooh, as y'all was talking, it's a lot. Let me see. The name that the black man used to describe black people who are not black people is shameful. They said it, I guess what y'all was saying earlier sound racist. He said, like with black men who are not hood enough to be considered black enough. Somebody reported his comment. Oh, sorry, homie. I don't know who did it, but you
look, they must be running off of my IG, because they coming in and out of my IG and they're going to yours. Because they ain't saying nothing over here.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, like that self-respect for each other.
Black females. He said bitter black females love this.
Wow. Just missing the whole entire point of the special.
Absolutely.
Of the podcast. Wow.
You know what though? I'm gonna tell you like this. This is the bigger thing. And I don't mean to try to do nothing other than this right here. Because this was so meant to be. Okay. I'm just gonna tell you like this. They will never understand. If they don't get it, they will never understand. And the thing about it is this: if I wasn't who I was, I'm pretty sure sis would have said something, because she's raw and I know her to be raw. And she would have said something if I wasn't who I was when she knew me, and I'm still the same person. 3 years later, is it?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
And
Yeah.
I've elevated since then. So the problem with the people in them comments is they need to elevate.
Yeah, and it's only one person. I know it's everybody is watching him comment, you know. So, and I know we are competing against I don't know if it's some type of game or something that's on, but we are competing against that, which we do a lot.
Okay.
So, yeah, I saw people with their jerseys or something on or whatever. So I was looking at that. So they're gonna be in and out. But yeah, when they talking, he said a lot. You know, I had a couple of clips, like when y'all were talking about like two of my poets y'all was talking. One was about when y'all were talking kind of about unity. Now you'll probably remember this sister here. And I'm hoping that y'all can see that. Y'all let me know. Y'all remember this sister here? I'm just gonna let her go ahead and say what she gotta say.
I also it's broken culture, it's broken society, and hip hop's hurting things. I also want to talk to you about.
So let me ask you something.
Hold on. Can I say something, please? Because see, I get a little, I don't want to use the word trigger, but
Yeah.
we oughta.
That's the mild one. Wait till y'all see the other ones. That's the mild one, Lola. Wait till y'all see the
Wait a
other
minute, hold on. Here's the thing. If you, first of all, before you can call yourself speaking to a group of people, you have to have that group of people's respect, first of all. This is why black men, no matter how powerful they are, they can't lead other black men with a white woman on their arm. They can't, because from a political perspective, men can't respect another man who's allied with another group of people who they are adjacent to. That's a natural thing. That's why they just can't do it. No matter how much they try, they just can't do it. And that concept goes further beyond men. As far as this lady is concerned, she's made her position relative to black people very clear. Nobody is chasing her down trying to give her her black card back or revoke whatever she thought she had. Nobody's interested in that. The fact that she continues to keep talking about black people when she is a non-factor over here, like, tells you that she's looking for attention that she's not getting. That's what that tells you. No, like, seriously, nobody's trying to make content off of whatever she's saying, because quite frankly, she's a bit boring. She's only exciting to people who's not used to her color. Okay, that's about it. Now, to the point about what she's saying, black people don't know how to do conflict resolution. Has she ever seen Parliament before in Europe? How they break out in whole sprawl walls in their government when they can't agree? That's something we don't do over here in America. We got security if people want to really act up. They actually go full throttle over there. Has she ever went through Appalachian America, where the minute you say or look like you're going to say the wrong thing, they going to put a bullet in your ass? Has she ever seen how white people really act in their own homes, not around other people that's not like them? Has she ever done that to see how, let's say, contrite their families are, just how it is? Has she ever watched Lifetime television to see the passive aggression between these people in their homes for real and how they celebrate it? Like this is why I don't respect people that want to talk about black people while not being within the community. No, if you are not in this community, if you're not in the
conversation, she was like,
"I don't want to be in here." Who was that talking? Oh, I'm sorry, I was talking. If you're not in the community, right, you have no business trying to talk to said community if you're not in it. If you have no stake in the game like her, she have no dog in the fight. Listen, go about your business, live your life. But why in the world would I be hyper focused on Japanese Americans?
I'm not in that community. Like it what?
She stay talking about us.
That's
I'm
what I'm saying.
starting to notice that. But then a quick say, well, you know me and my white man. And it's like, miss. I just thought y'all would get a kick out of that because she was the first thing that popped up when I put the, through the search engine. So I was like, wow, like, I kind of thought it like she's still talking about us. Like, that's amazing. Because I mean, it seems like she does identify. I mean, maybe she does as a Black woman, but it's like she's trying to run away from it as fast as she can all the time. So I just thought that was interesting. I said,
but this is where I was going with that. And this is why I said, if we not even able to listen to each other as Black women and you running from us, you really going to run from our Black man. You going to, what you want him for then.
This is the thing with Candace Owens, and I like her sometimes. Some of the stuff that she says makes sense when she's not pandering. Again, I'm going to always take it back to the pandering and to the grift. She has to say things that are salacious, that are racially charged, because that's what her whole audience has been predicated upon. At the end of the day, if she believed her rhetoric to a flaw, then that would disqualify her from the life that she has right now. So when I listen to these men and these women, especially men and women that have Black daughters and Black sons, are you foolish or are you dumb? Why are you putting this narrative into the atmosphere? Why are you speaking death over our future generations? Why are you causing chaos and disruption between the future of what could be? Black people know how to conflict resolve when they want to resolve a conflict. Who ever told people that because our skin is Black that we have to resolve every conflict? Because my skin is Black don't have shit to do with shit. If I decide that it's war and it's up and it's stuck, then it's up and it's stuck, regardless to if your skin is Black, regardless to if your skin is pink, regardless to if your skin is yellow, purple, peach, or brown. I don't give a shit. You don't have to like everybody. And I'm so tired of these narratives being pushed on social media that we have to like everybody and that we have to like each other. I don't have to like a goddamn person. If you're a shitty individual, then you're a shitty individual. What do people really be on?
And guess what? When she say that, it's so funny because, like I said, I know her a long time ago. When we talk about conflict resolution, the thing about it is that I haven't talked to her since we've had our little conflict. And like she said, some things you do is up and stuck, and some stuff is so very simple that it doesn't matter. You get what I'm saying? And that you're able to move on from it. But at the end of the day, there are some places where you cross the line where there is no longer conflict resolution. It's the head off the snake, because I am a queen in my world. And so if you do something, I don't have to continue to let you come back in my life. And it might be 3 years before I see you again. But when I cross your path, it might be up still, or it might be where you been.
Exactly. And they can tell you, real world, I don't care what your position is in life. I don't care what your station is. If it's something that doesn't sit well in my spirit, I protect my own peace. But a lot of people don't understand. Sometimes you have to let something breathe. It's like a fine wine. When you have a wine that has aged, you have to open it up and you have to let it breathe in order to really enjoy the wine, right? What we have been taught, or what we see in our communities, is if something goes down, then you got to sit down and talk. Even my man, even my family knows. If I'm mad, leave me alone. Don't talk to me. Because if you talk to somebody when they're upset, that is when you are more likely than not to have a bigger conflict, because you are pouring gasoline on a fire. You are lighting the keg. And that is what all people of all races, creeds, and color need to understand. Leave people the hell alone in the moment. If you go to therapy, if you do some DBT therapy, they tell you sometimes you need to take a step back to get into your wise mind, because a lot of y'all react and respond off of your emotional and irrational mind. Like, what do we? I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up.
And it's also due to the lack of respect for that other person too, because when you don't respect somebody, you tend to do stuff like continue to, bother them. You mad at me? You mad with? And that's why one thing she was. I know her very well. That's why when she got mad at me, I let that girl the hell alone.
Yeah, but that's different. Like, on like a personal relationship status, but we're trying to reach multiple people so that we can address a bigger issue. I think that's what maybe Candace is getting at.
But white people, who are you talking to?
I'm just talking people in general. Like we're trying to like, you know, bring this message to a bigger audience.
My question isn't who you're talking to.
Oh, sorry, love.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
The question is who is Candace Owens talking to? Who is her audience?
I guess conservative white people and black
Absolutely.
people.
No, not conservative black people, conservative people.
So when you said that she's trying to speak to a bigger issue, right? Are you saying she's speaking to black people about a bigger issue within Black America?
Oh no, I was talking to I guess Queen A when she was saying when she comes around her friend Miss Robbie that she knows the situation to leave the person alone or to engage. That's different. I guess I was talking about
that comes down to my conflict resolution. Like,
okay,
I'm not gonna keep poking at a bear.
So sorry.
You know, that's all.
Well, I think that I mean, maybe her statement could play into the narrative that we all are loud and we don't know how to talk to each other, that nobody can talk to us. That is bad, you know, to generalize that. But
see,
I think it is the result that we haven't seen like a mass change. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she's talking to that.
No, she's not. She's not. And the fact that y'all are dancing around is really kind of like
bam.
Like right now, you can go through certain parts of Maryland, right, my state, and you can see the most craziest situations you'll ever meet in your life. But you can turn around and go to Prince George's County, where you got one of the most affluent African-American communities in this country, and there's virtually no violence, virtually no conversation. It's silence. Everybody gets along. It is beautiful out there, okay? So here's the problem. When she says black people have conflict resolution issues, they are loud. She ain't saying some. They are loud. Well, she has to prove that based on the different economic circumstances between black people. There's different cultures between us two versus different statuses. So she has to prove that no matter what status we are, how much money we got, the culture we come from within America, we all have the same pervasive issue. And she can't prove that. And right now, the fact that she's getting away with saying that while people saying, well, she might be talking to white people, she might be talking to black people, she's trying to do this. That bitch ain't trying to do shit but get a fucking dollar like a poor person.
Nothing. This chick
okay,
is
but if that's the case, if one of say a pro-black person said it, what's the difference? What result are we having? Like we haven't really in a mass change. It's like going to the left.
Ain't no way. Wait, ladies. Wait a minute, ladies. So this is the thing. What Candace Owens, in fact, is doing is she is continuing to push the trope of the welfare queen. She is continuing on Reaganomics in this new decade, in this new political climate.
Oh, what did you say, Robbie? What the economics? What did you say?
Reaganomics.
What's
Reaganomics is
the politics. They're gonna make the rich people gonna give you money. Basically, they're gonna keep giving money to rich people, and rich people will give it to you.
I like to take notes and learn.
And that's when they started the welfare queen trope. It was during Ronald Reagan's era. So
Reagan got it.
Yes. So when we sit there and we listen to, and again, we have to take our accountability as a part of Black media, spreading these narratives when we have these relationship discussions. What a lot of people have the tendency to do is speak to the minority of African American culture, and they conflate it to make it seem like it's the majority. So then when people come into the mix, like Mr. Hines, you know what I'm saying, that have sense, or like us ladies come into the room and we're speaking, you know, with dignity and class, even though we could get a little turned up. If you have a tendency to raise your voice 2 decibels, now you're the angry Black woman. Now you're the Pookie and the Ray ain't shit Black dude. Even I seen you rolling up Mr. Hines. Now they'll talk shit on Mr. Hines. They'll make him a horrible Black man. But meanwhile, all of these people of other races and nationalities have dispensaries. You go on Facebook, you're getting advertised for edibles and indica and stevia, whatever it's sativia. I don't know what it is, whatever. But they're making hella money hand over fist, but they have enslaved our people. Yes, I said enslaved because the 13th Amendment makes you a slave again once you get locked up. So when they are twisting around these laws, when they are making the narratives that Black people are baboons and monkeys and angry and yelling, can't resolve a conflict, this, that, and the third, uncontrollable, it's a justification theorem for them to excuse the bad behavior, for them to excuse police and officer involved deletion and everything else. So sometimes, you know, some things that Candace hits on is all right. But when she's saying stuff like this, you know, it's a pander and a grift moment. This is why the white people that she was working for kicked her from pregnant.
Yes. The only reason she on anything Black is because them crackers was like, "Nah, we done with you. You done said something about Israel, bitch. You got to ride." That's what happened. Nothing. She is nothing but a total sellout. And let me tell you, that is exactly the point I was about to make. The only reason she was on the Breakfast Club and every other thing is because she got kicked off the platform where she would go out and dance for these people against us. She would be the person that would lead them to where we live and lead them back and lead us back to the boats. You cannot trust a person like this. This lady ain't been shit for as long as she's been around. The NAACP helped this girl go to college, and then she put a finger up to all Black people after that.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think that's necessarily true when she did warn Black America that they are using other countries and immigrants, and not to talk about mi gentes, okay, other South American countries to replace us? And as we see, a lot of people are coming to replace us, to, you know,
like the immigrants and stuff.
Keep whatever's going on that's going on.
Hold on. Let me call Cap on
Pick our jobs.
And I'm not saying you're lying, Stephanie. I'm calling Cap on the whole issue of replacement. Here's the thing, right?
Okay.
When these immigrants come to America, they are not coming here with the intention to say, "Oh my God, let's try to replace some African Americans," not Africans, not Koreans, not Vietnamese, not French, not the Russians. We just want to replace the African American. That's not why they're coming here. They're coming here because there is hell, and here is a little bit of relief. That's why they're coming here. Now, why our government is allowing them to come here illegally, okay?
That's what I'm talking about.
Illegally has all to do with voting. That's not a matter of replacing. That means that the African American vote is not enough, numbers wise, and we don't live in the right districts, even for electoral college, to make an impact for either side to win over the other. It's just a matter of numbers and pawn game on a political stage. So at the end of the day, it's not that we're being replaced, but the political territory is changing. Now, that doesn't mean that we lose.
That's what I meant. I'm sorry to say that. I meant replaced for the political reasons.
For the political,
she did hip us to that.
But keep in mind, the Jews are outnumbered by us, and they're not replaced in terms of their political standing. So
because they got.
I don't care about how many immigrants come here. I don't care about. We got money too, but people just see us as just, you know, people they don't like. They don't understand we hold the most wealth in the world. They don't understand that. Like, for real, we do. Yeah. We just spend our money in the wrong places, but we hold the most wealth. Nobody holds more wealth than us in the world. So as far as us being replaced, no, we will never be replaced. However, our political strongholds is what is working for us or against us. Who we got in our back pocket is working for us or against us. Them Jews don't. If it was 4 Jews in this country, they okay because of their political standing. They don't care about numbers. And this is why I don't feel like Black people need to care about numbers and say, "Oh, we're being replaced." Here's the thing. We came here as slaves. Some of us, other ones were made slaves. So it doesn't matter whether. Here's the thing. White people came here as slaves too, and we replaced them as slaves. How about that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm just saying.
But I'm saying, like, even though they're coming here for a political move or whatever on a strategy, but still, like you said, we are here, but we haven't garnered our power in a sense that it moves things. You know what I'm saying? Like the other communities, like you said, it doesn't even matter what, like you said, the Jewish people talk about, because they're on both sides. They don't matter because they already have their money staked in their lobbyists on both sides. We don't even have it. I even listened to Dr. Claude Anderson. I watched this man go from young man to old, trying to deliver the message of how in our own Black Powernomics, how we can succeed and how we can build ourselves. And I'm like, I don't even see us doing it. Like, we're probably doing it differently, you know, like getting educated and read it and becoming financially literate and things like that. But I don't see us, like I said, on a mass doing a lot of that. Like you said, the listening to one another, that we can move forward in that direction where it doesn't even, like you said, it doesn't even matter.
But you're not going to see it in mass. And honestly, even if it was in mass, it's always going to be masked under the radar. Right now, in back home in Baltimore, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's one of the hugest Black business networks I've ever seen, but it's all underground. Okay, they have more Black people are in more power there than you will understand. But you'll see a lot of white people up front. But there's a lot more power in the underground where Black people actually operate at. Now, when it comes to, for instance, Israel got a whole country behind them. We only got us.
Absolutely.
So it's kind of different. And here's the thing. They play both sides. We don't really want to play both sides because we got a history with those other sides. Like, we can't really play both sides to the same degree Jews can because we're not phenotypically white. So we can't play both sides. So, but they can. So that they got that advantage. I give them that. But at the end of the day, right? If we say, look, it don't matter what our numbers is, we're doing business the way it works for us. For instance, a couple days ago, I needed something to eat, and I live in a high price county. I was at the mall, and there was one Black-owned store in the mall. Shout out to that jerk, okay? I love y'all, but one Black-owned store. You know how much 2 plates of food cost me and my son? 2 like plates, like small plates. You know how much?
$60.
$40.
$50 for 2 plates of food, jerk chicken and salmon. $50. Now let me tell you, I could have went to Panda Express to the Chinaman and got it all essentially and had
for $19.
Yeah, for $19, maybe $20, right? So here's the thing: when Black people support each other, that's a different kind of support right there. That's more than love right there. Because see, I don't have the same capital that the Asians got, but I'm paying 3 times as much to support my people. 3 times as much. So you can't nobody say Black people don't support. We do, but we pay a higher cost when we do support each other. This is why what I find is Black people aren't trading money anymore between each other in terms of business. They're trading services because we just don't have the capital to sit and buy like everybody else. We don't have that. But what we do have is the services and the network, and the internet has given us that we network together. You can ask some of these brothers in the chat, some of these brothers everywhere else, when they get business and they get the networking on this app, they get to calling each other behind the scenes and doing business and contracts together and starting stuff, and they be making money together, but they never talk about how because of this YouTube sector, they done got together and started making money together with each other, and that is Black enterprise. They don't want to talk about that. They really don't. They said, for instance, was it Mr. Let Go is selling whole cars that he's making hella money from. But that's Black enterprise. But are we going to sit there and say, hey, Black people are supporting?
I have a set of cards.
This is what I'm saying.
It's funny that you said that name too, because I had a clip from him. That kinda, I was a little surprised at what he was saying. Yeah, let me show you this clip because I didn't know who this was. As she said that, I was surprised at some of the stuff he was saying. You know, then I went over to his platform, and I'm gonna be honest, it kind of caught me out there. It's like Mr. Let Go, right?
He off the chain.
Yeah, I was like, what is going on? Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm gonna just play this for you because I put it there. You know, I like how this says go, and I thought we was going to the left, but I get it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, look at this, y'all. I want y'all to look at this. I was just surprised that men kind of think on this level, and he's with a guy that champions us too. Do y'all know these guys right here? I just want to wait till y'all can.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the money
It's
guy.
almost like the perfect
The money
thing.
guy.
Listen to this, y'all.
Earn your leisure.
I'm just sexy. Play the video. You said in the video. Whoa. Play the video. Hold on, I'm about to play the video. See, ladies, I listen to people. All right? He said, play the video. I didn't say, why are you talking to me like that? You're a narcissist. You need to change your tone. No, I just said, okay, I'll play the video. Do you see how easy that is, ladies? All right? This man gave me a direct instruction, and I said, okay. So the next time a man that you respect says, play the video or sit your ass down or whatever, do it, damn it. Because guess what? I'm playing a video because Ace Metaphor said, play the video. When he yelled at me when he said it, okay? His tone, ladies, play the video. Yes, sir. Playing the video. Her boundaries. You are.
Now, I'm gonna be honest, right? Can y'all, like, just to get kind of like back on the topic, it's something about a tone, especially with me. You know what I'm saying? When a man uses a tone, I kind of, I may listen a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess that's why I kind of like the militant type of man. Because even to what Candace was saying, why don't we have like the basic skills to listen to each other as a community? Do we need to be like, and to focus on the women, I got something for the men too. But it's like, do y'all think that like that's right? Like, do we have a problem, listening to
we don't have no problem listening to each other. People are misconstruing concepts. It's not a problem listening to one another. Black women have championed Black men behind the scenes and in front of the scenes to no avail and no credit. And same thing with Black men on the other side. But here's the thing: the apparatus we're using knows how to silence some voices and put other voices up. And then we say, well, we're not listening to one another. While in our real life, right, we see Black women supporting Black men and vice versa. We see that, but we're going to come on this app and say, well, we have a problem listening to one another. Here's the thing. You see how he was acting towards him? That's not acceptable in a business format, in white business culture, right? That's not acceptable, but it's acceptable in my culture because I know my people. I know their attitude. I know their personality type. So when Black men talk a certain way like that would be taken as passive aggressive, but it's not passive aggressive within our culture. That's just him talking, and he's still within a business format. So this is what I'm saying. Is it that I don't understand him? No. Do I feel like he just full of shit? Yes. Do I feel like he ain't worth a damn? No. I mean, but this is my culture, and I don't really need outsiders talking about, y'all don't know how to listen to each other. White people don't know how to listen to each other either. Asians don't listen to each other either. That's why them Asian women leaving their men at 3 times the rate of all men. Like the women leaving the men at 3 times the rate of all men. So don't tell me that Asians are listening to one another. Meanwhile, we ain't doing that. Not, and that don't let me get started on Europeans as far as like them listening to their women historically. Don't get me started, okay?
Yeah, I feel that. Okay.
My thing is this.
Sure.
These men on social media, right? They cut the up. What they do is they want to be part of, as my man says, the Delta Dick Defense Force. All right. They want to make it okay for the men around them to be as lackluster as possible, because if they hold each other to true accountability, then that's problematic. Just had a conversation earlier today with H&M, and we were talking about who is responsible for the 304 culture. And the reality is men are responsible for 304 culture, because if men wasn't sticking their Peters in every box that was open, there would be no 304s. However, it is easier for them to say, well, women are the arbiters of everything. Well, it's on the woman. Well, the woman knows I'm not anything. So why is she being like this? And she's not bowing down to me. Meanwhile, they'll run around and say that we all wear wigs and weaves, that we all do this and we all do that. Yet, meanwhile, back at the ranch, when you look through their catalog of the women that they've bed, because body counts matter, but meanwhile, it's okay for them to have slept with 3,000 women, but let you sleep with more than 2, then you're a whole 304. They always got the woman with the lashes, with the nails, with the weave, with all the makeup. Now, look at White School Podcast. She looks stunning. This look is stunning on you.
Yes, you are, Queen. Get it.
Yeah. But these men on these spaces will find a way to pass her over and say she's not the European beauty standard. But meanwhile, I've listened to Wife School Podcast for a while. I don't agree with everything she says. I don't agree with everything that anybody says. But her bottom line and her core belief is very friendly, very fit, very feminine. But they'll still try to find a way to vilify her as a Black woman. And I've had this conversation when I pulled up on panels. You are going through the stereotypes of what you've been told about Black women, and you're not getting to know Black women. So how easy is it to say, well, you ain't going to listen to me anyway, so this not going to work out? It's a cop-out. It's a cop-out, and it's a trope that's used by the weakest of men. Because like I said, a real man is not going. If a man says that he doesn't like X, Y, and Z, and you look through the history of the women that he has, you won't see the woman that he says he doesn't like being any of the type of woman that he's ever slept with. You have these men on social media pushing this narrative. Right. You have these men on social
all
media.
the time.
Yep. Pushing this narrative about women overseas and passport bros. Y'all go over there, get you a traditional wife, this, that, and third. Meanwhile, ain't none of them ever been overseas. Ain't none of them interacted with women from other races. They don't have no friends with people of different colors or different nationalities. Because if they did, then they would know you don't qualify for those women based on your mindset.
Because they have standards too. They have their family,
and they're so used
and
to
they
being
really, some of them think less of our men because their families told them, oh, don't go with that Black man.
And those women are used to being taken care of. That's the thing about it. So the thing is that you bring her over here to America, sweetheart, and you think that she's not going to look at what the other women have and want that too. So guess what's going to happen? And the problem is that those men be wanting them women, and guess what? You get them and you can't afford them, and then you wonder why she don't listen to you, because she getting it on her own as it was before you even came around. So if you came around her and she start losing, all of a sudden I can't get my hair done and I can't get my nails done because we together.
Because it's like they're, like you said, like, okay, like the men that talk about us, like they would say me, well, I have other options, right? So they have other options other than me, but that woman, she has other options than you.
She don't want
he has to save face, he has to work hard, he has to keep up because he know that other men want her too. So he worked his damn hard to do it, to keep it going.
This is another thing too. Then when the woman comes over here, that she's westernized. No, she's not westernized. The same thing that she wants here is the same thing that she's gonna want in another country. But the problem is you don't have it to give her. And that's okay. That's okay. Once people start living in this dream world, once they stop lying to themselves and they start looking at reality, then that would be something else entirely. But they can't do that, because then that means they might have to get off their lazy behinds. Then that means they might have to stop live streaming. Then that means they might have to go up and get a job and actually have a capitalistic output. You may have to compete with people in your industry to make sure that you're earning the right amount of money. They don't want to do that though, because they want people to give them money. And matter of fact, speaking of giving money,
they do. Guess what else they do? Because you know me and you know what I went through. And what else they do is they bring her over here. They keep her locked up in the house. They do that Biden move, snatching them back in the rooms, not letting them leave so that they don't want nothing. You see Diddy and Cassie, you see all of that. You get what I'm saying? And that's what they do to these people that they think that because they cannot give them what they're worth. So now you want to minimize them, and then you want to beat and abuse them and demean them and degrade them and make them feel that they are not worth anything more from you. That's what they've been doing as well. That's why we have the cases that we have with these women all of a sudden hollering me too, because they've been demeaned and they've been degraded, and then they've been, defecated on, literally. Let's go there. You get what I'm saying? Y'all, they bring them over here, and then you want to imprison them so that they don't see and that they don't want, and then they're too scared to talk. That's why they didn't pass the statute of limitations at this point. That's why we got all these CCTVs everywhere now, because at the end of the day, people are literally like, this is what it's become. And this is why not everybody can listen, not everybody can have that conversation, because even as a woman who did come from a domestically violent situation, I'm born and raised here in America. But I've had somebody try to tell me, you know what, at this point, you can't even leave the house. You get what I'm saying? Because he knew that I would have so much more without him.
Yeah. Yep. Once you see better, you know better, you do better. Yeah.
And I already knew better. I already seen better. And the thing about it was, you can't keep me from being who I am. And this is why I said, when I listen to what people tell me, I had a man tell me one time we was gonna be old and bald together. Girl, I ran. I don't want to be bald. No.
You got that.
And where a man is guiding you and where I'm following you to. I don't want to follow you onto a road of baldness. Go get you a girl that's already bald who want to be bald and old with you, because it's not gonna be me.
Crazy.
So I can't even let you manifest that in my life.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because I'll be honest, I'm gonna end up old and bald.
I think you might have took him a bit out of context there.
I'm a very literal person, so if anything, what he should have told me was that we was gonna be old and gray together, or we was gonna be old and walking with canes. I prefer that, but don't tell me I'm gonna be bald.
I mean, that means that you're concerned with your hair versus your bones, which, I mean, you have a right to.
It's just that's not who I wanted to be with, period. So I wasn't going with him in the direction he was going at all.
So that's what is really at the crux of that, not what he said. The fact that he's talking about long term with you and you're thinking short term with him. It's not so much about one, because it's a saying that we say to each other that we're gonna grow old together, whatever that is. But if you don't want to see this person in your old age and put up with him for all that time, that's what that's about.
It was more that led up to that. You right. I'm just saying, don't never be with nobody who don't want what you want for you too.
Yeah. I think some of this has to do with the what do you call it? The feminization of the black man.
I don't think that's a real thing though.
You don't think? I see so many soft brothers now, and it's just and I say weak and soft is like the same thing, to me, especially in New York, and it's almost like they've taken the woman's role now. You get what I'm saying?
I think they're becoming more conscious about their lives and about their families, and I think that's what's most important, is because at the end of the day, I understand that it's about being a man, but there's a point in time where you being a man put your whole family in jeopardy.
Nah, they soft. I mean, they soft as grapes. Like I can't say this any harder. Like we're and like the guy was talking about the thugs. I would rather have a thug than some of these real overly emotional. You get what I'm saying? Black man, I'm just gonna say it. Where the thugs at? You know what I'm saying? Hold me up at gunpoint.
I don't want no thugs.
They might as well be wearing purses. Like I'm a nigga.
You just want an assertive man. You don't want
maybe you need like a butt.
Change your language.
Like
that's okay. So this is where I'm gonna come in at, because it's about to be Father's Day and stuff like that. So I'm gonna come in on this, because when you talk about that, right? And I'm just gonna go here. I'm a child loss survivor. I've lost 2 of my children. Okay. And the thing about it is I do understand what you mean when you say you need a thug, because at the end of the day, there are some personality traits that I need as myself as a woman. I need a man to be stronger than me. So at the end of the day, if I walk into the bathroom and you sitting there with the thing at your head ready to take yourself out, I can't be with you because you're not hard enough for me. You get what I'm saying? Because what I went through was devastating. You get what I'm saying? And then for him to be a veteran, you get what I'm saying? Like you was supposed to be that ride or die, that oof for me. And you couldn't be my, like, you want me to be your little yeah? I need you to be my big yeah. You get what I'm saying? So if that's what you doing, I can't, that's why I said, so that's why we can't listen to them, because at the end of the day, we harder than them. That's why
I wouldn't. I'm not disagreeing with your experience of him per se, because I've experienced men that were different in terms of their perceived bravado. Okay, like I've dealt with that. However, for instance, you mentioned that he's an ex-veteran. That those men are in a category all to themselves. You can't even compare them to the rest of society based on whatever they got going on. Right. You can't put them in the same category. To say, for instance, when he's on the toilet and he ready to take himself out, that's not because he's weak. It's because he's dealing with extra shit that the ordinary man ain't dealing with out here in the street or wherever he at. He dealing with some old extra stuff. So I don't even compare people that's been in the military to regular men.
I'm talking about the child loss aspect of it. I'm talking about he did that after we lost our child, and I'm looking at him like I'm not even doing that. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure he's been in worse points of his life. He should have tried to do that before he met me.
Well, do you think have you had a conversation with him about why he took that so hard?
So let me say this, if I could. This is the thing. When people say that Black men are soft, it's not fair. Black men are not soft. Black men are not emotional. Black men are human beings. Okay? They're human beings. They are allowed to have feelings. They are allowed to go through the things that they're going through. Now, and I get it, like women always want men to be so hard, so very, very hard. For me, I don't want my man to be bust so hard. I want him to be a human being. I want to know that there is softness in him, because there is times that I'm going to require that softness. I need my man to be balanced. And I need my sisters to understand it is okay for men to cry. It is okay for them to go through. And when they're going through, it is okay for you to be a rock for them. It is okay for you to be quiet and rest in your femininity and be feminine and be the nurturer and be the protector and protect his soul.
We're going to have to cut the line at crying. I'm sorry. That is one of my pet peeves, right? I don't condone it. I'm sorry. I can't. That's the one thing that I preach up here. Please, Black men, do not cry. Don't do it.
I'm sorry. I ain't cried. I ain't cried in about 4 years. I ain't cried in 4 years.
They got it's mad closets in the house. If you got a house,
can I ask a question real quick?
Closet, homeboy. Like that's too
may I
much.
ask a question?
Nah, man. And
disregarding
I'm
that,
be honest, they are humans, but you pick and choose how you want to be human. You get what I'm saying? Like that crying thing.
You can't tell a person how to control their emotions.
But I just asked a question about the crying.
Let a man cry in front of me, and he just turned into my woman. I'm going to hand him a maxi pad. You know what I'm saying? And we are going to put our periods together, because he just turned into a woman. I stand on business with that.
You had a traumatic experience, and
so if he cried about his past, so if he cried.
If the bullet is in his chest, then he can cry. You know what I'm saying?
No.
They just stabbed him.
Stop being conditional, just like we talk about.
May I say something? Other than that, I just have a question.
Sure, King.
Right, in our body, we have eyes, correct? In the eyes, there are tear ducts.
Yep.
So the very function of the tear ducts is for what?
For you to cry.
Because crying is what? Releasing.
Healing and
crying
restorative.
is a function. So I hear you, and you have your right to that, but that's a function that not only is not of the sex, it's biological and necessary. for your own mental health, in addition to your spirituality. People who deal on a spiritual level understand the power of crying, how necessary it is. Now, should we cry about everything? No, that's what we're like little kids. It's not about boys and girls. They cry. I don't let no little kids cry over everything because you don't cry over everything. You can cry though.
But
when
a
they
man
cry,
can cry? Like
Yes,
out
a
in the
man can
public, out
cry
in the open like that? Like that's cool?
whenever he needs to
As
cry.
a man?
First of all, a man doesn't care what the hell is cool. Who care about cool? I'm a man.
So when they treat you like a little boy or a little
I don't
girl,
care how they
you gotta be fine with that too. Then.
treat me like nothing. So that for once again, I think the problem is we talking about maybe a man. No one's treating me like nothing. Straight up. That's one. Two. I don't care who I cry in front of.
You become the punk that cried in the corner.
There's
Like,
I don't
let's
even
be
go in no
honest.
corner. I'm not going in no
As a
corner.
black man, you can't do that.
I'm gonna stand right up in the what? First of all,
And then you gonna have the same respect.
there is not a person on this earth that can tell me what I can do. I'm not quite sure what you operating on, but nobody on this earth can tell me what I can do.
I hear you until
And
you
when I
get
say
into
that,
real
when I
life.
say that means that when I live my life, I've been a dean of students for 12 years. People call me father. I cried when they cried.
You cried.
Crying is an emotion. You dig? That doesn't make sense for you to say you respect the man as a human, but he cannot engage in emotion.
And this is the thing, right? I need women to maybe transcend their thought process, right? One thing that I have found is super important for men is for men to know that they safe space. Safe means in all aspects, in all things, in all ways. So you can't cry somebody else's tear. You can't, because you cannot feel somebody else's loss. You cannot feel somebody else's sorrow. You cannot feel somebody else's pain. But what you can do is be a pillar. And it's crazy how women think that men are supposed to be kings, but they're not supposed to be queens. When you know the power that you have as a woman, you know it's okay for your man to rest his head on your chest and cry, to rest his head in your lap and cry, because what that signifies is trust. And once he knows that you are strong enough to shore him up when he is at his weakness, and you don't use that against him, and you don't vilify him, and you don't emasculate him because he had a moment of weakness, you will be surprised how elevated you will be as his woman and as his queen. He will give you everything because he knows that he can bear everything to you, and you are not going to run from him.
That's the truth right there. And I'm gonna add on to that.
I respect that. That's just not my truth, but I respect it.
Can I piggyback off of Raw real quick? And Majestic, I heard you. I'll be short. My father told me one time, right? He told me about when he dies, what he wants me to do, right? And he told me that when I die, you're gonna cry, but he said that after you cry, give yourself a few days to get through that. But he said, for me, as long as you don't stay where you're at in that moment of crying, he said, I will be proud of you. But he said, cry. Just learn that there's a time to cry, and then there's a time not to cry. And for men, that time to cry isn't as much as women. I've cried this week, okay? Like, seriously. And nobody is dead. I don't have no bullets, none of that. But there are moments like I've only seen my father cry once, right? And that was because he got disrespected by someone that meant a lot to him. It was the one time I seen a tear drop from his eye, and he did cry. But other than that, he's usually the rock for everyone else. But I allow him to do that as my father. You see what I'm saying? But truth be told, he's the one that's telling everybody, would you stop crying, man? These women, let them talk. They're like, be a man up. But he had a moment where he needed to cry. And it wasn't because he was physically hurt. He was hurt at his heart space. So it's like, I feel like Ross said, a balanced man knows that typically you're not going to get a whole lot of moments to just let it all out and just cry about everything. But at the end of the day, when it's a serious circumstance, you are allowed to express yourself. You're allowed to cry if you need to. But as long as once that moment has passed, you can pass with it. I think that's all that anyone's asking for. Even you said if a bullet is in your chest, cry. I don't mind. But see, that's the point where you feel like he should cry if he knows what's good for him. But your point of reference is a little closer than a lot of other people's. But at the end of the day, even you say there's a time to cry. You see what I'm saying? So there is times to cry in every relationship. But I think the point of feeling safe has to do with having a woman in your corner that is going to allow you to cry when it's time to cry, but she's not going to be your girlfriend to every time you want to sit and run your mouth and basically just be, oh my God, and complain. No, not complain. Not complain. But I don't think crying is complaining. I think those are two different things.
It's this expression. It's not.
I'm gonna tell you this. I've been listening to everybody. I almost cried just now. Cause to be honest with you, I cry for pain. I cry for real pain. And when I hear sisters complaining about shit that I felt like I could have been a better man to be more helpful, that pains me. I almost killed a nigga right down the street. I'm in my mother's house. I almost killed a nigga right down the street. I wiped off the blood. I got up. People cheered me as a warrior as I walked away crying. Because I almost killed this nigga. I didn't want him to die. You understand? When I tell you I love my people, that's what I worked at the jail, and it would at least be once a week I would come home and go somewhere and cry. Because they was treating my brothers so lesser than what they needed to be treated. And I knew this shit is going to spread for generations. I'm a nation builder. So if I'm gonna take on all your pain, goddammit, I'm gonna bust down a tear or two. Because I'm the type of nigga that could change your life. And realizing that whatever that burden, whatever it takes me to carry the burden that I feel I have, I don't give a fuck what nobody think about what I have to do to get it done. Just enjoy the spoils of my having done it. That's all I ask.
Exactly. And I mean, Goddess said interesting thing, because earlier she said you could cry tears for them, but then you say, how do we say where their safe space, and then put limits on it? Exactly. If they safe space, you can't put no limits on it. You can't cry tears for them. You can't wipe away their pain, but you can understand it. You can listen. You can be what it is that they need you to be in that moment. And this is one thing I will say about Black women. Black women have been forced to be so strong that the perspective on what strength is different. Like literally, I hear sisters all the time say what, you know what I'm saying? I have heard said on this panel today, well, that's not strong. Well, that's weak. Well, I don't like this. Well, I don't want that. And I don't want this. And I don't want that. But that is literally putting limitations on what a man can be, what a man should be, how a man can love. If you limit his emotional expression, why would you be surprised if he now cannot express to you the true depths and you know what I'm saying, excess of love that he has within him? Because he knows if he shows you every portion of him, you're gonna look at him like he weak. You're gonna look at him like he a simp. You're gonna look at him like he a sucker. So stop doing that, ladies. Stop doing it to your own
absolutely.
And I'm gonna be honest, I did it in my relationship, and we lost our children. And my thing was this, is that, that for me, like, after I see you cry about our children, you better not cry about nothing else. And I'm just gonna be honest. You get what I'm saying? Like, because like at the end of the day, like when my grandma 85, like the day she passed, it ain't no crying for me. Like, I've already lost, like, and this is where I guess we was talking about, like, being with people that have been in certain places that we've been, experienced certain things that we've experienced. Like, certain things don't hurt no more to the point that I'm going to cry. And I think that's where we just have to make sure that the person that we are with is on that level with us, because then we will not have that respect for them. So for some women, because we can't speak for everybody, because we don't all have the same mental, physical, emotional, experimental toughness. So we've all had different experiences that make us harder. Some women can go out there and be on the pole. You get what I'm saying? Some can't. Some women can go out there and be on the block. Some women can't. Not everything is meant for everybody. So guess what? That man is gonna cry just ain't meant for us. That's just how that go. Because if you cry, like, I'm gonna be like, bro, what's going? It better be some real, like some real life, like, right? Like, it better be something for real with me. It better not be. Yeah, I seen the cat get hit by the car, bruh. Is you for real?
You better got hit by the car. I'm funny on that too. You better be hurt, wounded. I need you to be wounded.
Did you jump in front of the cat trying to save it? If you cared that much, Like,
yeah, I got
And
limitations.
well, after all that, you know what I'm saying? It's like
raised
I am an advocate for men having a strong male support system more so than the female, because it can be misconstrued, you know, his emotions or his expressions. So I would say, brothers,
this is why
get you some tough brothers, your barbershop dudes that you can really talk to. Because I mean,
that's female to me.
sometimes I don't
You know,
even
I
trust
expect the
females
female to call
myself
me crying,
with my
not my man.
expressions. So, you know.
Yeah,
I
find
would
a closet.
imagine-
It is nothing wrong with a closet. Don't black men still cry in the closet. What happened to that? You know what I'm saying? Get you a therapist where you can sit in the office. You know what I'm saying? Cry. I do it like 4 times a month.
Look, when
Crying
we
in
get
the closet is not
you better have
evolving.
a man
be
cave.
honest, I
Black men are
don't cry
in
evolving.
the
So
shower.
everybody's trying to, black men are evolving just like everybody else is. So since black men are evolving, ain't no more crying in the closet. Remember, everybody's evolving. The problem is we want them to be what we thought traditionally was, which was off anyway, which is blowing my mind, because like we keep grabbing the stuff that didn't work and right and then using it as a standard.
Let me ask you ladies this.
This is why it's just to each his own. Like, some men are not going to be meant for me. Some, like, even as friends, some men are not meant to be even my friend. They're not even meant to be around me. Some women ain't even meant to be around me. It's just the mental toughness of the people that you have. Like, if we are growing together, then cool. But if we're like stagnant and not able to help each other, like you said, evolve. So at the end of the day, like, I evolved after I lost my children. I probably wouldn't have cared before about a man crying around me, but I do now.
So this is the thing.
I can't evolve with a crier.
So let me ask you this, right? The ladies that have issue with men expressing themselves emotionally, okay? Say your man doesn't express himself emotionally. He's holding on to frustration, stress, angst. He goes out in the world because he's not able to express that emotion appropriately in the house. That emotion then turns into rage. And then he has a violent output, because men usually, when they have unresolved emotions, turn that emotion into rage and anger. Would you rather your man express his emotions in rage and anger because then he's tough enough for you, but then he puts himself into a position where he winds up incarcerated, where he winds up losing his ability to provide for his family?
I can answer that. I can answer it. Let me tell you why I can answer it, right? Without telling y'all too much about me. Because the way you're describing that male is the same way I am in real life. You get what I'm saying? Exactly the same way. I'm probably one of the coldest broads you would ever meet, but I'm nice. You know what I'm saying? Till I'm not. You get what I'm saying? And I ain't go out there and kill nobody yet, and I am rage full. You know what I'm saying? To the point where they giving me big horse pills. You get what I'm saying? So when the black man say, "Oh, if I don't cry, I don't do this, I'ma just explode," I think that is an excuse. You get what I'm saying? Because you don't have to do that. Yo,
I disagree.
As an output, why they can't do that?
You're not nice, girl. Your mouth is crazy.
My mouth is crazy.
Yeah, that's just as bad as any verbal attacks is just as bad as a physical attack too.
Right, but this is the thing. Also, you have.
I got two.
But also, you have estrogen. You don't have testosterone, and I don't want to get into the biological breakdown of how our hormones actually directly reflect and relate to how we respond to things. But testosterone, in fact, does fuel rage. And women have a slight amount of testosterone unless they have unless they have an imbalance within their system. But men have a lot of testosterone. The way their pineal gland is set up, the way their frontal lobe sends responses throughout their brain, they are more likely to tap into aggression. And I need women to really understand that, because a lot of men too that participate in DV, they're participating in DV because they feel unheard, because they feel emasculated, because they're not allowed to express themselves. And I'm not giving an excuse for that, but I'm just saying, when we look at the sources of problematic incidences within our communities and within society, it's all predicated upon the inability to effectively express emotion. So we cannot be the people that are not allowing people to express emotion and at the same time wanting to be heard. It's an oxymoron. I want you to listen to me for 50,000 hours while I complain to you about Becky with the good hair at job that was that crazy mess at work. Now I'm crying, I'm stressed out and upset, but you can't sit there and listen to your man when he's like, man, let me tell you how LaShawn, whatever her name is at the job, was talking crazy to me, talking to me like I'm a little boy, putting my salary in jeopardy, but I gotta be respectful to her because she's over top of me and she a female. I can't really cuss her ass out how she need to be cussed out. Now they frustrated and
that's why your girl's supposed to ride for you and she's supposed to show up at that job and smack fire out of her.
And isn't that what Candace Owens was expressing earlier, that we don't know how to have conflict?
No, but this is why you gotta have a ride or die girl and she show up to your job.
But this is like the point of listening. I mean, you don't even have to go that far down. I mean, you can go ahead and do what you want.
You have to go up to a job and risk everything that's money.
I'm not gonna, she ain't even gonna know who I am. I'm gonna show up in all black one day at her car and slap her for talking.
I ain't showing up the shit. I got 100 grand on the line.
Behind my
man. I ain't been shit. Hold on, y'all. He better go cry that shit up. I'm not going up. Wait a minute, hold on. I'm not going up to nobody's job. You better go cry in the corner because I got my money on the line right now, nigga. No, let that man cry. Ain't no going up there fucking up the money for the whole family. No.
You don't even know it's me. That's why you cry this silence.
Let him cry.
What I'm saying too, though. But Robbie hit on this, and I'm gonna come here from the, one of the DV survivors, and I'm gonna come here for her. Robbie, you know where a boy at right now?
Where?
At 6 months after I left, he snapped and started putting things through people's houses in the neighborhood. And then when the police officer showed up, he shot the police officer. And then the police officer shot him. And now he's sitting in jail.
Right. Well, hey.
And this is because he wouldn't, and Robbie knows I can effectively communicate. I was trying to communicate with this man. Robbie was like, nah, baby girl, he not listening to you. This ain't good for you, baby. She like, you need to go. You need to run. You need to jump over whatever houses, trees, whatever you need to do. And guess what? When I finally did that, because that was the situation. He wouldn't talk to me, so he would take it out. He would try to take it out on me physically, but you can't do that because I'm crazy. So that don't work neither. So yeah. But this is what she's saying, though, is they don't communicate, have that outlet, and they're not strong. They do it. They do it.
Yeah, look,
we need to have a show on this.
Y'all said go up to the job, yo. Come on, somebody tried to come up with my job and beat me up because I tapped into their account and took 100,000 out of their account, but they owe 200,000 to the state. Like, come on, now, like, what we doing here, going up to people's jobs?
Yeah, I might have to follow you home. 100,000. I might have to follow you.
Yeah, I'm on you. I'm on you. And that's
what happened was, let me tell you,
like my kids. You mess with my kids. Guess what?
Hold on, but let me tell you the story.
Mess with us if you want to. I'm at your front door.
Let me tell you the story though, right? The guy. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you the story. The guy had just got a loan from the bank to open his business, and he owed, right? And we found out what was going on, and it was past the time, and the money was sitting there, and the system was waiting to take it. So I had to press the button. He called me up and was like, "What happened?" I said, "Sir, you owe da. You been coming in." The court said da. And he was like, "Yo, I will send my girl to come fuck you." And I was like, "Yo, you come up here, yo, you that security guard gonna handle you, not me, sir. Like, don't do that. Don't. And if your girl come up here, something else gonna happen to her too." So here's the thing: if you feel like your whole life is worth that money, send that chick up here. Do it to you, because here's the thing: it's never that serious. Like, if you got a bad day at work, go walk it off. Like at 5 o'clock, it's over with. But it's like, if you got to come up to somebody's job that you know they got to go to tomorrow, that's not good logic right there. That's just my opinion. Like, I'm never doing that, jeopardizing my freedom. I got 3 kids in this book.
Right. I just wanted to share something that everybody was talking about, just kind of summing it up from my perspective. I'm a person who, let's just say this, at some point in a trusted relationship, I would like for that person to be a little rough with me. Let's just put it that way, okay? So that whole idea of I need a thug and I need someone to be hard, I like to channel that where my sexual appetite might benefit from that. Now, I think also because I've been around strong men all my life and have seen them cry with no problem. Like my brain doesn't register like crying with weakness at all. So I can't say that, but I do like that aggressiveness. I like that all of that. Oh, I'm sorry, am I echoing?
No, somebody that just came on to me.
Hey, Push Tuck, I got you.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Shout out also to Robbie and everybody. I see some little friction going on in the chat. And then also, so that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to say also that it's just important to know what you like. And so if you like something in particular, it doesn't mean that I necessarily have to not like it either. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's all I wanted to show y'all.
Right. Hey, y'all still hear the echo, right?
Yeah, because every time we push to talk, whatever device he's on, it's picking up the external speaker in his mic.
Oh, you want me to? Oh,
you
want me?
hear me?
Hello. Yes. You want me to turn? You want me to turn the headphones off?
Oh, you got the headphones on. Can you take them out? You sitting
Sure.
somewhere safe?
One moment.
Okay.
Oh,
Now,
this
let
is
me
the
tell y'all,
thing.
oh yeah, it's What's it called?
There's a lot of echo.
Y'all hear it?
Yeah, because just maybe mute when you're not talking.
He doesn't have YouTube open twice.
Okay, now I can hear you. Sorry about that. I had a technical difficulties. Sorry, ladies.
No, it's okay. I wanted to introduce you to the ladies Push Talk. This is Push Talk network. I've been watching Push Talk for a long time on the Instagram streets. He stand on business, especially about me. You know what I'm saying? He always been standing about on me, even when he didn't know that he was standing on business about me. You got what I'm saying? So I support this king, and he got a busy schedule. He do music and all that. He still came out to show your girl some love. I appreciate you.
Straight up, no problem. I was stuck in the rain. Then I got in construction, and I was like, yo, I didn't have no signal. So now I finally got to civilization, so I just pulled over. I was just hoping I can get here by 8 o'clock because it was on my agenda, but I was stuck in traffic.
I appreciate you, King. You kept your word. I'm definitely not gonna forget this. Definitely.
Straight up. I told you I would be here.
Shout out
I'm a little late though.
Network.
Shaya. Sorry, I don't have my picture up there. I don't know why my picture's not up there.
So
hello, ladies.
You just have to hey, you just have to adjust. You and Majestic, just like click the thing, the 3 buttons by your name, and then click edit audio avatar, pick another picture, and then pick back in. Shout
out Majestic with your fine ass.
Okay.
You starting early. You starting early. Shout out Queen Rue.
Yeah.
We were talking about why black women don't listen to black men, right? And we talked about that for a little while. Now we're talking about like black men and crying openly, like out in public or in front of their women, and how women feel about it. So we kind of conflicted on the subject. Some of us don't mind the crying, and some of us can't stand the crying. So we kind of like in the middle. How do you feel about this Push? Like about a man just openly crying in the public in front of his woman. What you think about that?
Am I back in here?
Yeah, I can. You got the picture. Okay, can you get that?
I just clicked some on there real quick. I'll change it next week. I mean, I think that is this my wife? Is my girlfriend? Or is my girl? I mean, who is it? Is it somebody I'm dating? Who is the woman?
Who's the woman, y'all? Is this like the girlfriend or the wife? That's a good question.
She the one.
No, it's me. It's me. It's any woman. It's any woman. Because at the end of the day, you don't know. You don't.
No, I ain't gonna hold you now.
I ain't saying your mama and your sisters and them. I'm talking about either girlfriend, wife, fiance, that stuff.
I think it's okay. In the house, not necessarily in public though. You know what I mean? If we're in the house between her and I should be able to express my emotions to her. Because if I can't cry in front of her, then I'm gonna find something. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm gonna cheat on her. I should be able to do everything or anything. Yeah, because if I can't confide in my woman, I'm gonna find a woman to confide in. You know.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what they don't
That's
understand.
no lie.
But then that's why I
Yeah.
say he just one of them men. It wouldn't be one of them men for us. Then you get what I'm for not all of us, but he just wouldn't be somebody that I would consider because I wouldn't want to see you. I'm just saying, like when I see somebody cry, I get mad and I be ready to go do something to somebody. So you crying in front of me, one of my girls cry in front of me, I'm about to be like, what's wrong? Who did it? What we got to go? Because it ain't no crying.
Nah,
You get
it
what I'm
might
saying? Let's go
don't. It
fix
might
it.
don't.
Let's go
It might
resolve
don't
this problem.
necessarily.
Let's go
I mean,
conflict this. Go
I can.
resolve
I
this
listen.
conflict.
I can respect that. So then, what does a man? So it's okay for a woman to cry, not a man.
I don't. I,
Oxymoron. Like I
I
said
said a
before.
closet. Get a closet. Find a closet.
Yeah, I cry by my. If I'm gonna cry, I'm gonna cry by myself
No,
because if
but
anything,
see,
I cry because I'm mad and I don't want nobody to get mad with me.
but this is the
Nah,
thing
but
that
then so
y'all
then what is
men.
the wait, hold on. Then what does the empathy come in at? I mean, how can
Mm.
a man sympathize with a woman when she ain't expressing to him how she really feel? And then she got mood swings and we know something ain't right, and then she don't want to share with us, right? So how we gonna empathize with you if you're not being sympathetic at the same time? I think it goes hand in hand. That just
That's
but I'm
fair.
from the
That's
South though.
fair.
So Majestic said the
Okay, so
same
what?
thing. The key
So
on the
what?
top said the same thing.
What I'll say on that one is this: is like for me, don't come to me crying about something that I ain't did that I can't fix. Okay,
But this is
because and I'm saying this from a standpoint of if you crying about some stuff that I cannot heal,
Mhm.
I can't help you. You get what
Well,
I'm
you
saying?
can
So
heal me by being there for me and be like, baby, just go ahead and let it out. You know what I'm saying? So if my parents passed away, like so if I can't when my dad died 8 years ago, you know what I'm saying? If I can't cry in front of my girl because I'm in pain, then what's gonna happen? Somebody else gonna be sentimental to me, and then I'm gonna lean on that there. Like
but that's why you need
when a
that.
woman ain't have a shoulder to cry on, she found one to cry on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the part that a lot of women miss. A lot of women miss. If you cannot be the sun, the moon, and the stars for your man, and he can't trust you to be the sun, the moon, and the stars for him without throwing stuff back in his face, without making him feel less than, what do he need you for? A
Exactly.
hole to
Now
pump?
I
now you
agree.
picking up what I'm putting down. I don't know who said that,
I agree.
but I'm with that.
Roll deep privilege.
Yeah.
That was
You're
Because
right.
Okay,
PT,
Robbie.
PTN, I think, and
Yes.
I agree with everyone on the panel in terms of having their perspectives, right? But I
Mm-hmm.
think to the point that women, this conversation means to you as a man is
Mm-hmm.
that when you approach women and you come across, let's say, Evolution, who got half of a second of cry in her versus somebody else that might allow you to cry it out for as long as you need, as long as we in private,
Yeah.
right? There's different women out here. So when men say, all y'all is this, y'all are too hard, all y'all do is talk, none of y'all listen, stop doing that, because we are not a monolith. There's some of us that
Right.
don't do shit, some of us that give a little, and some of us that give a lot, and you just have to find the one for you. So
That matches you.
don't ever put us all in a box. And I'm not saying you are doing that, PTN, but this is the lesson, because we can come up here all day long and give out different perspectives about why we allow a man to cry to us, on us, or whatever. But for men, y'all's job is just to understand that where you at is just for you to pick which one suits you, not for you to complain that we ain't all the same.
Straight up, I agree, and I agree,
Right.
and I also it's the flip side of that coin. Women got this. I ain't saying all women. Some women got to quit saying all men are dogs and all men cheat.
right.
That's
Who
true.
said that to you
Right.
last?
Say that again.
Who said that to you last?
The last person said that. It was on my podcast.
When?
Women come up there all the time talking about
When the
some
last
women
time a
say
woman
all
said
men
all men
cheat,
are
and
dogs?
some of us can be with what I'm saying, one woman. You know what I mean? However,
No,
let's
no.
just say the
Who,
woman is
who,
okay
who
with it.
told you that last? I'm trying to make a point. Who told you that last?
Wait, which part?
That all
that all men are
men
dogs.
are dogs.
Oh, she's a ex,
Can I say
Oh,
something
and
about
that's
that
why
though?
she an ex because I got tired of being accused of cheating, and
And
okay.
I
so
don't like stuff like
I'm
if
gonna
I have to
say this
defend
though.
myself all the time. If I'm on the phone with you before work, doing work, after work, on the way home, where I
Right.
got time to cheat? I don't want to hear all that there.
So she told you
That's
that
true.
all men are dogs, and yet she chose you.
She said all men cheat.
No, I didn't see. I didn't ask you that.
Oh.
I didn't ask you that. I didn't
What's
ask you
that?
that because women cheat too. I asked you, when is the last time a woman told you that all men are dogs? And you said on my show, but now you're saying your ex. But when I'm asking,
my ex-girlfriend was part of the
okay, so she
reality
told you that all men cheat. Some men feel like that, right? But the truth is, we all know everybody don't do the same thing. That's a non sequitur. So at the end of the day, right, that whole all men are dogs trope, I haven't heard that, and I'm a woman. I'm around women. I talk to women. I it's been years since I've even heard someone saying they heard that. So that's why I'm asking you, if you heard a woman say all men are dogs, then that tells you her experience of all the men thus far in her life.
Right.
That is told
Correct. She been battered, bruised, bad relationship.
And what I can say
and
is
she just at the point where she just lost faith in men. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
And I will say this, all the relationships I've ever been in, like, I was cheated on, but that did not make me think that all men were dogs. It just let me know that the men that I had came across, that's what they chose to do. And this didn't have nothing to do with them not being able to cry on my shoulder. Because mind you, this was before I had that whole don't cry in front of me. Because at one point I did not care if somebody cried in front of me. And I'm just, like I said, even honestly, my friends, I don't even want my friends crying. You get what I'm saying? Because we've been through so much. And I think that we have that I think we've been through too much sometimes to cry over certain things.
So what if I got shot? I can't
You
cry.
better cry. You better cry.
Can I answer that?
Over that. You missed that. You
I done
better
got hit by
cry.
a bullet, and you want me to act like I'm, you know what I'm saying,
Let me
special
answer
forces
that,
in Afghanistan. I can't cry.
This your
Just got
fault.
shot.
This is your fault, evolution. This your fault, evolution.
Yeah, this me, y'all. This me. Now I got specific rules, right? And I've had them since I started there. You can cry if the bullet is in your chest and you are bleeding out. You can cry if they put the knife, you get what I'm saying, in your body and they twisted it. You get what I'm saying? I need you to cry. Let me know that you need help. But for you,
how about
just
if
to
he
be
breaks his
crying,
ankle?
just
If he
to
cry
cry,
about a year later, if you crying about getting shot a year later, bro, I don't want to hear about
let me finish. But if you just crying just to cry because you had a bad day at work, somebody that hurt your little soft feelings.
Oh no, see, yeah, okay, now that's the difference. Yeah, I ain't talking about crying like that. There, I'm talking about.
I drew the line. We're not doing that.
I'm talking about I'm in a major crisis here.
Was
you know what I'm saying?
Was it Ruby that said, and Ruby touched on this, and I agree with her on this. This is where she talked about our extracurricular activities as adults as well, right?
What she said?
If you just that mad at what happened, you better come home and tear it down.
Okay.
Oh yeah, now I agree with that too. Now listen here. Now some men got to cry before they kill some motherfucking body. Cause if I'm that angry inside, I'm have to let this out my body some type of way. Now either you want to come get me out of jail, or you want me to cry home until I feel better.
So
But
PC,
this is why you gotta have that closet, because mine, I'll tell you like this, mine, I know he probably be having some of the worst days. I'm gonna just keep it real with you. My man got one eye, okay? He got one eye. So at the end of the day, the thing about it is that his days, he has to go through people trying him because they think that he not seeing everything. You get what I'm saying? He gotta deal with shit like that. So guess what? When he come home, he go in that bathroom, he turn on that Kodak Black, he get his bottle. I don't know if that man in there crying. I don't know what he in there doing. You get what I'm saying? But I know he getting his get right before he come and deal with me.
Hello, Nate. I got a question for you in evolution. My question is this: when Trey was crying on Nia, would y'all have done what Nia did? When Trey cried at Nia,
he had to go.
He had
to go. We've been dealing with the police for the last 100 million 50 years, bro.
I'm gonna need you to grab your balls and be a man. I'm gonna just need.
Y'all wouldn't have had sex with him like she did.
No. That would have turned me all the way
That's
off.
rewarding the punk stuff though. Like you
that's
know
where
what
she
I'm
said.
saying?
Now I'm giving you the pad, bro. Because like we've been dealing with that.
No, listen. Play that clip. Hold on. Play that clip so we can see his emotions.
I ain't got the clip, but I'm gonna look for it as we talking. Because that was just, I was like, what is going on? Oh no, this is not.
Now I can't add this here too. Now, when a woman allows a man to confide in her, see, I'm gonna knock her slippers clean off that night because she brought me back. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take her up and through there. You heard?
I'm just telling you. I was with a man one time. My uncle passed away, and this is what happened. We were supposed to be barbecuing and shit. Right now,
He beat your body in.
No, he didn't. And not only that, no, he didn't. And then not only that, but the plans that we had all of a sudden ended. And I was like, how do our plans stop because my uncle passed away? Like, and then I'm coming from you in PT, and this is why I said I probably couldn't be your girlfriend because I done lost 2 of my children. So you come crying to me about somebody 80, 90 years old, I'm gonna be looking at you like, bro, my kids didn't even make it past 6 months. So you crying about somebody who lived a whole life? Like, I'm not gonna have no sympathy for you. I'm not gonna have no empathy. You done had all this time with this person. Like, I can understand you might have dropped a couple of tears, but like I said, if you get shot, cool, cry. But don't cry about it 2 years later. Don't be looking at your wounds and still crying about them 2 years later, because I'm not gonna have no sympathy for you.
Well, I will have sympathy for you because I have no wife, no kids, even though that's something that I envision and I want in my life, right? So then how do I supposed to feel when your child birthday come up and then you want to go to the cemetery or you feeling some type of way because
You ain't
of that time of season?
feel. You're not supposed to feel.
I'm supposed to be there to comfort you, right?
You just supposed to be there. You're not supposed to feel, because the thing about it is it's not something that you went through. So
Right.
you're not gonna have a feeling towards it.
I understand.
You know what I noticed?
I've
Me
had
and
bad
May
choices in
has
women.
been through traumatic experiences. That's why we so cold. I'm starting to understand.
Yeah, but y'all need to heal. It's very apparent. It's very apparent.
Whoever that is,
But no,
right
it's very apparent.
Whoever
And
that
it's
is.
not, that's not a bad thing. I'm not
That's
taking
a
a
good
shot.
point, right?
I'm not taking a shot.
So maybe they haven't
No,
healed
we're
yet.
just stronger. We're just
It doesn't.
mentally,
It's not a
emotionally
matter of being
stronger.
That's not
strong.
weak.
It's something like you
But
do
the
deal with
crying
the
is not,
situation.
emotions are
and
not
you
weakness.
come
And
through.
numbness is
You
not
come
strength.
through it.
It's
But
not
the healing of it, like the fact
it's
that
not a weakness, but like she
you
said, we only got a 2-second cry in us. We're not gonna dwell on it for too long. We just keep moving.
What
It's
about
what
the
it is.
what
Like,
about
we
the
just
ones
keep
that's
going
been
through this
hurt
life.
and been through this here and they didn't take the time to actually grieve properly? Those
Then they
that never
shouldn't be in
had
no
therapy,
relationships.
they
They
didn't go through
shouldn't.
counseling, and
They
they just
shouldn't
take
be in
it
no
out on
relationship.
they take it out on other people.
Then you shouldn't be in no relationship. Then that's what it is. If you're looking for somebody to beat up on, or somebody to feel your pain because because you went through it, that means that's hurt people. That's what that is. So that's why you're not supposed to go into the next relationship until you've gotten over it, because at the end of the day, I don't want to be making him feel like he has to go and defend me still from the man that hurt me in the past, because I know you get what I'm saying, because now he's
That
gonna be
comes with
like
the territory, though.
Right.
Hey, that's what we do though. Hey, but he did what? Oh,
Yeah.
let me go
Now,
holler
if
at him real quick.
somebody cares for you, they naturally want to be there for you. That's just a given. You can't erase that. You can't tell somebody not to feel. You can't tell somebody not to have an emotion for you. If I love you, you
But that's
are
why you
coming into
can't
my
tell
bubble, in my space. It don't matter. Like, I can care for you. You lost your child. I lost my children too. I have miscarriage. Okay, so I can have some type of feeling, but your children made it out. And you got that's even harder to not even see the child that you wanted to see go. But so in that similitude, it sucks because you worked so hard, you watched your body do something that you waited so long to do, that you planned, and then it didn't come to fruition. It hurts. It's the worst feeling in the world. But
okay,
I wouldn't want anybody not to feel, you know what I'm saying? Like,
what it is,
I can try again. That's why God gave me a whole bunch of eggs, so that if that did happen, I can try again.
But this goes into like painting that pretty picture about it. See, the thing about it is, when I tell people about my child loss, you see how I talk about it and I keep it going, and I don't really I don't get to crying about it no more and stuff like that, because I have healed.
You go cold.
Because
that's good.
It's not a cold. I'm not cold. What it is that
it's a lack of empathy.
What it is that I am protecting other people.
It's cold. Yeah,
I'm protecting other people.
If you don't have no emotions, that's a cold-hearted person.
No, you're not listening to what I'm telling you.
All right, I'm gonna chill.
You know why I'm calling it out? But you know why I'm calling it out? Because my mother was murdered, right? And I look at people.
My condolences on that.
Thank you. And I had to come in and find her. So this is my thing. After that, everybody was dead to me, like for a long time. So I have a coldness that people look and be like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you don't care about nothing. I had to go to therapy for that, which I'm still in therapy for that. You know what I'm saying? It is a coldness that you develop. You know what I'm saying? And I hear it in you because I got the same thing. We in the same boat.
And then underneath that, in my mind, a man just sees that as you don't put this wall up, and you're not letting nobody infiltrate because you've been hurt and you covered it up. But you can't just you can throw some mud on it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, when that sun come out, it's gonna turn back to dirt.
Yes.
Oh, but let me just say this, y'all, because I do have to run. I'm gonna take it back to what I said when I first came up here. It's about accountability. The reality is, in the words of my man, you should be somebody's reflection. So ultimately, if they're trying to install their reflection on you, you trying to install your reflection on them, but your reflection is one steeped in self-hate, then guess what? You cannot love them because you do not love yourself. I need for women to take accountability. Stay out of relationships. Close your damn legs until you really learn to love yourself. Here, and stop being hypocritical. Stop making these statements that's oxymoronic because you're contradictory in nature and what you want versus what you are actually willing to give. At the end of the day, what Candace said about conflict resolution starts here first. To Ruby W said earlier, there was no friction because at the end of the day, I get that what I'm saying is it marginalizes people. It calls people to really look at themselves. It calls into accountability. So I'm already knowing that the things I'm saying is gonna have a negative response from some people if they are not in a mental headspace to receive what I'm saying. It's par for the course. But at the end of the day, what we need to start doing as people is have honest communication. Everybody not going to say everything you like every day at all, honestly. And if everything you're hearing is something that you like, you ain't growing because that means you're being coddled. That means you're being placated. Get out of your comfort zone. In fact, welcome and embrace challenging theories and ideologies because all it's going to do is make you introspective and be a better person. I mean, a lot of people don't want to do that. They're comfortable. Be comfortable if you want to. But I love y'all. This was fun.
Robbie, hit me up. Hit me up, Robbie.
Okay, bars.
I will. Bye, girls.
We don't want to see you every week, Queen.
Yes, I'll come every week. Just let me know. Give me a heads up.
I remember you said that, Queen. I'm on it.
I got you. Bye, y'all.
Yo, like,
Thank you.
I love you,
Point
bro.
taken.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Like
that was a fadeaway. That was a fadeaway 3-pointer and the 4-point play.
Hey, but I'm gonna tell you how strong.
She's been doing that all night. Yeah.
I'm about to tell you how strong the game is. She's been doing that since I met her back in 2020-ish. Okay,
That's
we was
right.
working together, and you know, like I said, when we talk about evolution, we talk about evolving. Do you understand me? For me to run into her in this space right here. Do you understand? Is what when I be telling people, you, yeah,
take your time.
Yeah,
take your time.
I'm just gonna say that's my right there. That's day one, and if anybody ain't lying, I believe her to the ends of this earth. And this is where we was talking about why black women don't listen to black men, or black men.
Wait, say what?
That's the name of the show, Push.
Because I'm gonna bring it full circle.
Black women listen to black men. So we got
wait. Why they do or why they do not?
Why they don't?
Hold on, wait. PTN. Let me bring it full circle. Let me land my plane real quick. Let me land my plane.
Go ahead, Kyle. I was feeling some type of way just now.
Okay. So, and I appreciate you listening to me. I do appreciate you, brother. I salute you for that. I thank you for giving me just this moment because I'm about to bring it full circle because I see the comments. I see how people talking about how we got off a topic and whatnot and how we went into a lot of different, we talked about politics. We talked about families. We talked about economics. We talked about Everything, okay, because I'm gonna bring it full circle for sis, because I'm in my spirit right now. I be in my spirit 9 times out of 10. Okay. So when Robbie popped in here, I was like, let's see how this go down. Okay. Because like I told you, when I met her and when I knew her, last time I talked to her, we had a little falling out, a little discrepancy behind what I thought and stuff like that. And so she was like, you know what? I'm just not even gonna talk to you. She hung up the phone. I ain't heard from that girl since then. Been thinking about her. She been on my mind. Evolution, I tapped in with you because I was just tapping in with you, sis. Like, I like what you said. I was listening to you. I like what I saw. So I tapped in. You tapped back in today. I've been on here really just focused on my business. This is the only reason why I even came to your platform, because you standing on your business. And I love the conversation.
You're part of the team now. Like Push part of the team. Everybody here is part of the team now. And one thing about Push is he is preaching the same thing I am, women empowerment. He has a whole network of strong, powerful women.
And we talking about listening to each other, right? We was talking about listening to men, right? That's what we was talking about. Why women don't listen to men. And the thing about it is that women don't listen to men who are leading them in the wrong way. However, if a man such as PTN is guiding us in the right way, he's listening to us and we're listening to him, and we're giving each other the respect that we need and the time that we need to talk. So at the end of the day, that was the conversation, why we don't listen to each other. And if I can't listen to my sisters, I can't listen to no man. And that's why some people dipped up out of the panel, number one. Number two, that's why somebody and somebody got to tagging each other in the comments.
Yes, been a lot going on tonight.
Wait. I got two things that I want.
Oh yeah, I pay a lot of attention.
Hey, first of all, did you land your plane, or you still?
So now we about to listen to the man. Now we about to listen to the man.
The first thing I would like to ask is, how do you see the comments? I don't see no comments.
Oh, because I'm on the YouTube live.
You're on your phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The second thing is what I would say is I cannot speak on why a woman don't listen to the man, because I'm a man. I can tell you my mistakes. The reason why I made a mistake in the choices I made in women, because I didn't have God in my relationships. When I looked at the relationships that went bad, when I didn't have God in my relationship with her, it went sour. Now, when I had God in any adventure that I did, I was very successful. So what my next goal is, I got to put God in my relationship, because the great book says no matter what it is you read, no matter what you believe in, I'm not religious, I'm more spiritual. It's God, man, woman, child. And that's for me. So that's what I'm going to do different. Other than that, hopefully once I put God first in my next relationship, that hopefully it'll be my last, hopefully it'll be for eternity, because, we got a mediator. When you ain't got a mediator, all hell break loose. And that's just in my experience. So hopefully that'll help with you all. If the woman ain't listening to the man, that's because he don't believe in God, he not putting God in the relationship. That mean that, he not leading her in the right direction. He's not showing her security in terms of making her comfortable in his decisions. He want to lead, but he ain't leading by example. And all those things, I believe, take a lot of weight in relationships. That's just my take on it.
Can I say something after him?
Sure.
I wanted to say this, right? To the point of what we're talking about as far as like listening to men. I think that's a symptom of not having lost respect for a man, right? I think when we perceive a man to be crying, right? Whether he's actually crying because he's hurt or he's complaining or whatever, this is where we determine whether or not we will be his shield or his rock or whatever, or we're going to be out of there. You see what I'm saying? And this is like the critical moment for us, because we women and we look to our men to be our post that we can hang on to when the world ends, right? And that's a big responsibility to put on a man, but it's not impossible. It's just that there's a balance there. But what I want to say to the point about crying is this: people cry in different ways. All tears ain't coming out the face. Some tears is coming out the mouth. Some tears is you see it when it comes to how they live their life. They can't let nobody in. Every moment they got to keep people at a distance and stuff like that. These are tears. Not all tears are wet. So it's like, I feel like, to our point about the wet tears,
we make a good point, right? That there's a time and place, there's an amount that we can accept, there's an amount that goes too far, all of that. But for the other type of tears, I think this is where, for instance, we start to lose each other, and it's perceived that we're not listening, when in reality we just are getting mixed signals. Like, for instance, okay, when you seen the movie Fences, right, with Denzel,
yes,
that was all tears right there, to the point his wife was in tears because she had to wipe his on a different level, so it brought wet tears out of her, and he couldn't see that he was crying before she ever started crying. And he had that moment of aha moment when she spoke to him and said what it really was in that voice. So I want to say that respect comes with responsibility. It does. But at the same time, I think that with black men, when they say black women don't listen, right? One, and I forgot who said it, about being able to understand and where the limit is. I think when we say listen, we talk about in real conversations about real stuff. A lot of times when men say women don't listen, they're talking about in the day-to-day small like stuff. Like if he say, listen, go get your tire fixed today, and you forget, you come home and you don't have your tire fixed, and he say you ain't listening to me. Like, or if he tell you, well, listen, I'm gonna go get dinner tonight, so don't cook, and then you forget and buy a bunch of food and then go cook. He said you not listening to me, like shit like that. So it's like we gotta really.
Now she on to something now. Whoever that is, I heard that voice before. Whoever that is, she talking some good shit. Whoever that is, she talking some good shit. I can't read it. I'm trying to read her lips.
He said we can't
I know
read
she light skinned with some long hair. Whoever that is, I don't know. Hey, she might be that girl.
Hey, she might be that girl.
That girl. Okay, DAT girl. That girl. Now, but
hey, how you know about my song? It ain't even came out yet. You spelled it right. That girl.
Music. That's
it dropped in 12 days. Shout out to you, little mama.
Yeah,
you talking my language. I ain't mean to interrupt you. You just made me feel some type of way. You was talking my language. You gave me chill bumps. I just want to let you know. I digress though. I'm a chill.
Well, you know what? And I'll land my plane here, right? And it's like I said earlier. I think when we say we don't listen to men or vice versa, it's that in and of itself is a miscommunication. Because when I say listen, I assume the whole totality of listening. And we say black women don't listen. No, black women have a culture with them, right? As do black men. Like we do, and it's different from other cultures. What signifies respect in our culture is different from, let's say, people in Burma. You see what I'm saying? Burmese people. Like it's just different. Okay. So I don't want it to be misconstrued that black women don't listen or we just hard. It's not that. It's that we're dealing with men with the most testosterone in the world. Black men have the most testosterone in the world. And thus there is something that comes along with that. So it's like, I don't want us to kind of say, oh, well, they're just crybabies, when in reality, they actually have legit concerns that might, change when it comes to like a moment in time versus a whole lifetime of complaining. I know for me, Evolution, when a man comes to me and he don't even have to be crying. But if he come to me and he tell me about a problem, right? And he just tell me about the problem, that's fine. Every problem don't need to be solved. But if every single time he come to me, he just telling me about problems and I don't hear how he's going to fix it, whether he feel like fixing it or not, I don't hear him trying to fix it. He's just talking about the problem, same problem again, then another one, same problem. That's what creates that extra feminine energy that I can't balance with my feminine energy.
Okay. Can I say something on that?
Hey, Evolution, I don't know where she landed her plane, but let me know what city that is.
Hey, but look.
What city that plane landed in?
Sis, the picture she just painted, because she just painted a whole picture for me, right?
She painted a Picasso.
She painted a Picasso, boy, because look, I'm over here, because I'm going to be honest with you. She just put it together. So what I saw in my head was like, if my man come home and he start crying, I'm going to look at me like, what you crying for? And then depending upon what he tell me, I'm probably gonna laugh. Like I probably laugh. Like if you told me like I got a flat tire, I'll probably giggle. You feel me? Like, oh, okay.
Like, to the closet. That's all.
You would no man like that. Nay, I don't think Nay would even be with a man that would cry over something as I don't believe that you would be with a man like that. I just don't.
Like that's why I think we took it to the point, and that's sad that we took it all the way to the point that the only way our man could cry is if he got shot.
Ain't that something? We gotta be on that. We gotta be on our deathbed, on a life preserver. Damn cry. Hell, I can't cry now. I got a tube in my throat.
That is not true. That is some women. That's some women input. That's not every woman. Now I'll be honest with you. I got my limits too. They just a little further out than Nay and Evolution. I got my limits too. But like the situation like on what is it with Trey and Nia Long in that scene where he started crying. I'm gonna be honest with you. If that was me, I would have let my man cry in that moment because he wasn't crying in any other moment.
I would have laughed.
I would have been okay.
I
with
laughed
it.
when I seen it.
No, because it's Cuba Gooding Jr. I'm saying
the penis would have had to be real good for you to cry.
It didn't look good afterwards.
Hey, whoever that was, Evolution, whoever she is, she sounds like she from Detroit or Baltimore or Cleveland. She one of them hardcore cities. Where's she from?
Be more.
I knew it. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, see?
Straight up. Because that's how they built.
My city represented me, not my personality.
I'm sorry. You're going to have to hit guys shot to come home crying to me, bro.
See, that's what I'm saying. See, that's what I'm saying. That's cool. I don't want to know where your plane landed. Well, her plane landed, the other one over there.
Evolution, listen, Cuba Gooding Jr. looked like he put it down after he finished wiping his tears.
Yeah, he did. He fine as all hell. I might
that's why I don't mess with them.
The only advice I can tell you, ladies, if you have a problem with a man crying in front of you, you know what I'm saying? Just how about this here? Don't ask him what he crying for. All he wants you to do is give him a hug, let him get it out, and when he ready to tell you, he'll tell you. You feel me? He might don't have to tell you.
Can I be funny about this though?
Just be there for him at the time of need. That's it.
Can I be funny about this though? But this is where we go to this though. It's all about what we've all been through, right? So at the end of the day, if our, and I don't mean to say it like this, but like if we're not healed at the same point in our traumas and stuff, then we probably are not going to be on the same pathway to listening to each other. Because like you said, with all that said, you know how some people got light skin problems, some people got dark skin problems. If somebody comes to talking to me about some light skin problems, I'm gonna laugh. Like and that's why even with that said, if my man came home at night crying about the police pulling him over, you know what I'm gonna tell him? I'm probably gonna tell him you should have had your behind in the house when I told you to come home instead of being out all night.
Damn, you so.
But why did you become his mother instead of his girl?
Man, you know how hard it is for a black man.
It's not. Hold on, wait. I'm gonna tell you like this.
How hard it is for a black man to make it back home. They
hold on, wait.
Yeah, exactly.
So get home at a decent. Get home at a decent hour because what you're doing is you're.
But it doesn't matter. He
don't matter.
has the right to drive wherever he wants. He paid taxes. It's called excise tax. He can drive wherever he wants on the street, anytime, any day, wherever he is. He's an American citizen. So he has that right to do that.
Just check me out.
Man, they shooting us dead in the street in the daytime.
Can I go
here? You talking about coming home at night when you say so?
Can I go here with you though?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Don't worry about it. I got you now.
Okay, because I'm here to teach you something. You gonna learn something?
Listen, I'm ready to learn.
The thing about it is that I've been through some things, and I know y'all don't know me like that. Okay. But on Facebook, I call myself prophetically Janae. Okay. Now, I'm a big dreamer. Okay. And this is why they tell you you're not supposed to do certain things with everybody either. Right. And not everything is for everybody. And I appreciate y'all taking the time out to listen to me for a moment. Okay. But when I tell you what happened today was divine, you understand what I'm telling you? It was divine what happened today. Us even being in this space, able to talk, is like elevation so much for all of us.
It's
right
evolution.
Now. And it's evolution. So the thing about it is that I have seen certain things happen, and I've wanted to see myself in certain places, and I've seen people in those places that are doing good things. You get what I'm saying? And so I'm saying, like, for me, when I tell my man I feel like he needs to come home, it's because my spidey senses tell me to tell my man to come home.
I agree. I agree like
Well,
that. There.
it's
Women
And
got
I'm
a
gonna
women
tell you
got a
like
whole
this.
different
I
sense.
got a
You know what I'm saying?
song. I got a song, and I'm telling you through personal experience. Okay, everything that I told this man, he did not listen to me. Okay, and now
But
I
it
was
sounds like y'all
listening.
communication was off. You got
It
to
was.
beef up the
It
communication in these
was. But
relationships.
this is where this is what we're talking about right now. Okay.
All right.
This is
Well, I'm
what we're
with you.
talking about. So the thing about it is that prophetically speaking, if you get what I'm saying, and spiritually speaking,
I
if
am
you
Ilegua.
are
I
that
understand.
invested in the person that you are with, you are going to be able to listen to them. And when her spidey senses and when his spidey senses tick in, if y'all really on the same accord, you get what I'm saying?
Of course, I understand. Did y'all have God in y'all relationship or no?
Man, I was trying to,
Wait,
but
no. That's a yes
he
or no
was
question. Was
he did
God
not.
involved in the
We wasn't.
relationship?
Look, I'm gonna tell you like this. We was not praying to the
Man,
same
can you
God.
answer yes or no?
We wasn't
Oh,
praying to the same God. That's the problem.
yeah, that's a problem.
Moving,
Yeah.
he was moving demonically, and I was moving
All right, then. So
angelically.
you
So
made
it
a
was a
bad. So you
problem.
made a bad choice in your man.
And I'm not
Absolutely.
saying I didn't.
So it goes back to what
I'm
I
not
said.
saying
We
I
gotta have
didn't.
God in these relationships. So
But
then
this
don't
is.
blame him. You
I'm
gotta
not
blame
blaming nobody.
yourself.
You blamed anybody. I didn't blame nobody. He
Trey,
didn't
Okay, so
Trey
do you
blame
think
blamed
that
nobody.
wait, hold
Calm
on. Do you
down.
think that's a
his
do you
relationship.
think that demonic relationship
Trey,
now you
Did
probably got
he hear
stories
what
for
I just
days.
said?
You
hey
probably got
Trey, is
stories for
God in
days.
your relationship, Trey?
Hmm?
Is God in your relationship, Trey?
Yes or no?
Yeah, Trey, answer that.
We got
You
crickets.
a lie.
We got crickets.
He a lie. You was lying. It's like that.
Listen, that's the only way I got into my relationship first. That's the only reason I married my wife first. She prayed for me. I prayed. And I've been walking in that essence. That's why when I come to these spaces, that's where I'm coming from. I don't worry about man at all. There's no man greater than me or beneath me. I only
We don't
connect.
fear nobody but God. Hey, that sounds like some old school. Oh, let me
I
look
don't
at my
even.
phone.
I don't even.
Hey, OG, triple OG. I appreciate that, man. Hey, man, shed some light on these women, man, who making bad decisions and then they don't want to be accountable for themselves. However, they want to hold us accountable for everything. How you feel about that, bro?
My answer ain't always the popular answer.
Trey
That's
said,
okay though. You ain't got to be popular to be right though.
Okay, brother. We all make fucked up decisions at some point in our lives. However, once that light bulb comes on,
and
you decide to move in a different path,
you
have to communicate those things.
Straight up now. Now who's that light? Ain't God the light?
Wait a minute. For some people, it could be the devil.
Oh,
wait, hold on now.
Hey, some people moving like that. It's just what it is. We talking.
Yeah, I don't want to be around them though. So did she change your life for the better?
I changed hers.
Ooh.
Oh, you did? Oh.
Yeah.
yeah, look at him. Got his ring finger in the camera trying to be cute.
Yeah,
he just letting y'all know he off the market and ain't nothing. That was
Nobody paying attention to Trey.
Hey, old school. Evolution. I want to ask y'all. I want to ask old school. Now that bright skinned woman over there. I'm still trying to figure out her ETA and her longitude and latitude with her plane.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is, hey, old school. Like when it boils down to it, bro. Can you agree that communication is the most important thing in your relationship?
Yeah, that's one of the most important things in my relationship.
And then one more thing, OG. Like, I would like to ask you this right here, bro. Have you cried in front of your woman before? Yes or no?
Good question.
Well, here's the thing. I didn't meet her. I didn't know her when my mother passed. So I wouldn't have gave a damn what a motherfucker said if I cried when my mother passed.
Straight up.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Other than that, you know, I'm a compassionate guy. I'm not going around crying in front of my wife like, oh shit, the world is slapping me upside my head. I've been dealing with that shit all my life. You know, and other people don't affect me like that.
Okay.
Now, have she seen me get to a point where I'm fucking bawling? Yeah, because I'm mad. But then I've always felt that it's always good to have that voice of reason next to me. But like, you know, I understand that I'm better than that. So as far as crying, shit. Hey, I damn near cried when you stick a needle in my arm. Am I gonna cry? No. I'm just saying it comes down to
you ain't put no needles in me. Huh?
It
No.
comes down to the experiences that people, go through. It's just unfortunate. A lot of us experience trauma, and by a certain age, we're immune to that shit. That shit ain't gonna have me crying.
How many years you been married though?
I've been married for 11 years. This July 19.
Oh, you got an anniversary coming up.
Yeah.
Congratulations, bro. Congratulations.
So Evolution and Nate, in his case, right? Let's suppose you've been with a guy 10 years. Both of y'all, you've been with a guy 10 years. You go to the clinic and he fighting not to get a needle, and they give him a needle and he starts crying. And after they take the needle out, he's still sniffling. Are you leaving him?
I'm laughing at him.
The perfect answer.
Shit. Here come Shit. Hold on. Everybody get your notes out. Evolution about to speak. Get your notes out.
I got the perfect answer. If he cry when he getting that needle, next time we have an argument, he better not raise his damn voice. Cause I'm gonna bring it back to.
But wait a minute, and he never cried in front of you. He never did anything unmasculine. It's just that one moment where he got a needle after 10 years of being a masculine man to you, and he shed a tear over the needle. You telling me you gonna leave him? Oh, you said he can't talk to you.
Nah, I ain't gonna leave him 10 years. Nah, he gonna put the ring on my finger.
I'm not gonna leave. I'm just gonna laugh.
So wait. So Evolution. Hold on. Didn't a woman over here? I don't know. I'm still trying to get her longitude and latitude. I believe that she spoke about, like, why would you, at a man's most vulnerable moment, use that against him and throw it back in his face? Hey, old school. Let's just say that you were at your vulnerable moment, right? And then you showed your emotional side to the woman, right? And then 6 months later, she utilized that, kind of like, I'm just piggybacking what Evolution said now. She gonna bring up the time that you was crying and throw it back in your face. Bro, how can the relationship evolve like Evolution when they throwing stuff back in our face? Hey, OG, I want to hear does your wife throw your stuff back up in your face, bro?
No.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm gonna chill.
But you know what, PNT? I think what we talking about is like, okay, it's like you a couple, right? And y'all have in-house jokes. Like only y'all understand, and like he might, like, that he a masculine man, but that like that one time he was on some crazy shit. So when you want to get one up on him privately, and he want to get one up on you, you say that in the chamber. So you be like, oh, you ain't taking a needle to that. Oh, okay.
That sound like the woman that'll bring. That sound like the woman that'll bring some up at the damn Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner in front of all the family that try to embarrass you.
No, that's not what that is. A real woman ain't gonna embarrass you in front of nobody else. But privately, that's the thing. If there's certain things I say to my man privately that ain't nobody else gonna see. And it's certain things I might say to him, ain't nobody else gonna say to him on principle. But it's like couples do that sometimes. Like when they see each other. Like I remember somebody said something to me similar like that because they see me in a vulnerable moment and they was trying to be funny. But that's something couples do. Like it's not literal. Like you better not tell me when I need to come in this house because you was at the doctor and you cried for the needle. Like that don't make no sense. But I'm just saying, like, it's that's why I asked them, would you see him different if it was a needle versus nothing?
Not at the 10 years.
Hey, shout out to BK Empress in the chat. Shout out to the PTN that's in here. All I have to say is, hey, I'm gonna call you longitude and latitude. It sounds to me that your big toe is actually bigger than your second toe. And Evolution talk like her second toe is bigger than her big toe. And I'm gonna leave that.
So BNC, let's suppose we're a couple, right? And we arguing, right? And you say, don't be talking to me when you have walking with one toe shorter than the other one like that. Don't ever talk to me crazy like that. Like you just say that, right? It's not that you trying to tell me I ain't shit, but as a couple, we might snap at each other over little stuff like that. I don't think that's like, I don't know. I'm a different type of person.
It sounds like you a woman that's willing to conversate and find out what's really wrong with your man versus the other woman that's from Baltimore. She don't give a fuck. She like, man, she like,
so
you know what I'm saying? Suck it up, buttercup.
Check this out. True story, right? True story.
Wait, who's that? Wait, who is that? Who's that
That's
talking?
Nate.
This day. Because
Hey,
the
Nate,
thing
where you?
about it
Nate,
is,
wait, hold on, Nate. Where you from?
I'm from California, but I just
All right,
spent
all right.
13 years in Georgia. I just moved back like in November. My
Oh,
granny
so
got
you a Georgia? You a Georgia peach?
slick, yeah,
All right,
a
all
little
right, all right.
bit,
My family from
a
Fort
little
Valley,
bit.
Georgia. Oh, so you a country? Okay, all right. So you solid
So
though.
look, check this out. So this what used to happen in my relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
I be sleep, right?
Yeah.
I wake up. This nigga be on the side of the bed crying, talking about some you don't love me, you don't really want to be with me.
Nah, that's not doing it.
Bruh,
Not
I wake
doing
up and be like, "What?" And he be like, "You don't love me." I'm like, "Baby, yes, I do." I'll be like, and then the thing about it is this: I talk in my sleep, and so I always used to tell people like, "Don't
Oh, you
ask
talking your
me."
sleep?
Yeah, I told that
Oh,
nigga like, "Don't ask me no questions when I'm asleep, none of that." And I wake up sometimes and I feel drained in a motherfucker. Like I wake up feeling tired than a bitch. And so what happened? I was like, bruh, this nigga must be like knowing something gonna pop off. Like he knows something gonna happen, but he was always crying, and that's why I felt like if he was
that's a
always
troll.
crying and telling me stuff, I was like, bruh, it's probably all bad.
Because you was telling him, listen, listen, that's the best part. Like women that sleep, listen, women that talk in their sleep, hey, y'all get a man the blueprint of what's going on because everything that's on y'all mind that y'all don't tell us, hey, we hear when you sleep. I'm gonna tell y'all something, ladies. Y'all better wait till the man go to sleep first. Because when y'all go to, that's why we knock y'all slippers off and take you up and through there. Because we know you're talking in your sleep. I'm gonna get my notes out. I'm gonna write some shit down. If she finna call out Darren, Derek, Byron, and everybody else around this bitch. So then I'm listening out for these names. I'm finna find out her work husband. I'm finna find out her, you know, her friend from growing up that she still communicate with. I'm finna find out all that there. Straight up.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Do I talk in my sleep?
What
I
I'm
don't
supposed
think
to
I
do?
talk in my
That's why
sleep.
I be trying to drink myself to sleep, boy. I be trying to be in here knocked out, but I like, but I think he realized it, and that's why. And then he don't sleep neither. I know he been here just
Oh,
listening.
yeah,
But
that's
you
another
know, you know what, the Black Empress. I don't think that Nate's friend or ex was like
No, no,
emotional.
no. That's BK
BK.
Empress.
BK, yeah.
Okay, BK Empress. I don't think that he was emotionally broken. I think that Nate has a certain personality type, right? And he may not have been ready to be with a woman like that, or it might not have just been his type. And so when he tells her, "You don't love me," and she wake up like, "Why would you think that?" Like that tells me that she's in her element, but he isn't understanding where he's at, and he feels unloved by her. When in reality, she does love him, but he feels unloved because the way he understands and interprets love is different than her. And it doesn't mean that she doesn't love him, but his love style probably is different. But he's not broken though. That's what I'm saying, and that's what I'm talking about communication. He is crying, but not because he's broken. It's simply because there is a disconnect between their love styles. That's it. It don't mean, because if he was with my sister, for instance, like my blood sister, my youngest sister, he wouldn't dare be like, "You don't love me," because every moment of his life she on the phone with him, want him to come right home, taking lunch to him, saying goodbye, picking him up. He don't have no time to breathe without her. So he probably wouldn't feel that way. But with Nay, she not the sensitive type. You see what I'm saying? Some men need women like that, and some men don't. He probably was somewhere in the
Listen,
middle. But I mean, it doesn't
Hey,
mean
hey,
I
he's
needed
broken.
him
longitude,
to be
hey,
able to
long,
let
hey,
me.
longitude
I
and
needed him to
latitude.
be able to let me breathe, is what it was, and I wasn't able to breathe because I'm a social butterfly. And you see, I got my business and everything. This is why I said about Raw B. Raw B know me. You get what I'm saying? So the thing that it hit me emotionally for a minute. My voice shaking a little bit, but Raw B know me. You get what I'm
I'm gonna
saying? And
tell
I
you
wouldn't
something
be able to
though.
be here right now if I was still with him, doing what I'm doing, handling my
I'm glad
business.
you said that because that type of man will kill you.
He would
And
have.
I've had that type of man
He
before.
would
That
have.
type of man, he always gonna be looking for that reinsurance. And the minute you don't get it, the minute he don't get it, that could be a
Yeah,
real deadly situation. You got to be
yeah.
careful with that. I had to let a guy
I
go
told
for that
you. I
because I
told you
was
what
like,
happened.
something ain't right, and you ain't
He
gonna
out
Six
of
get
his
months.
it.
element.
6 months after I left, he ended up shooting a police officer and shooting through the neighborhood. Now he locked up. You get what I'm saying? And I don't have to worry about him stalking me while I'm with my new babe.
Go ahead, Trey. What you doing, Trey?
And I'm gonna snap
Well,
my
I
finger on
be
that one.
damn.
And I'm
What's
gonna snap my
Trey?
finger
You
on that
ain't
one.
said
Trey
much
trying to
tonight.
talk.
Another nigga bite the dust. Another one does. Another
I was
nigga
just gonna
bite the
ask
dust.
you ladies, just based off this topic and hearing how, we've had those experiences with the guys that we've dated and the women that we dated. As women, and when y'all are in y'all grown woman mindset and space, are there any men in you all's lives who y'all would trust to make a judgment on the man that y'all choose to be with? To whether or not to say, is this man good enough for you?
Hey,
Because
OG, I think they too young to even understand. Hey, running back. Hey, OG, say it again, bro, because I don't think they heard what you're putting down, bro.
He ain't talking to the panel. He's talking to the audience because the audience
Yeah, he's talking
sometimes
to the audience.
Sometimes, Pastor, you got to repeat it again for the.
So answer that in the chat.
Hey, repeat. Hey, Pastor.
Well, okay, to answer Trey, I'm seeking to get married again, and I do. Sorry, I got stuff going on. I have men around me. I'm fortunate to still have my father. Thank you, Jesus. That would be the main one, but I do have some brothers that do love me and care for me and want the best for me. That they say, bring them around. We'll put them in the back seat and drive them around town. So
drive them to the river.
That feels good. That people that have my best interests because they know me and know how I am. So
sorry, y'all. I just came in. I'm having a problem. Who just asked that question? How y'all doing? Who just asked that question about?
Trey asked that. Trey Ferg. Trey.
What's up, Trey? Trey, there's a way to ask a question that's insulting without you knowing it, right? That's one of them. Because it's hard for you to fight if you got a broken hand. You got to heal the hand before you can fight again.
Oh, you mean like they gotta go through like the healing, like therapy and stuff like that before
they gotta be able to learn interdependency. They gotta learn how to love again. They gotta learn vulnerability. All of that has to be suffice enough before they can get back in the ring. That's why men don't fight naked.
Well, okay, what does that mean? That's interesting. What does men don't fight naked mean?
He a security.
Hey, Pastor. I'm gonna tell you something. Hey, Pastor, listen to this right here. A lot of women that don't understand your analogy, they probably don't even know nothing about sports, bro. Them boxing. You gave a boxing analogy, and they ain't picking up what you're putting down, sir.
Hold on,
I'm not insulting no woman in this panel. I'm not trying to insult people's intelligence.
When a
They know.
man has an injury, heal up first before you put everything back on them. Let them get back right.
But man, see, women have been championing that conversation for too many decades for y'all to come back and try to co-opt it. Women been saying heal first. Now y'all want to come and say you need to be healed, and y'all want to say no. Okay, no.
No. I'm not saying I didn't use the word heal. I'm sorry.
Right. AOG. I'm an AOG. I just want you to back me up on this attitude. That is true. We've been fighting a battle for so long. What we need is, listen, man, the black man walk outside. Listen, I got my bulletproof vest in the car. Now, y'all ain't even at that level yet. The black man got to worry about coming back home to you. You at me, I ain't call you on my lunch break. You're mad at me because I ain't let you know when I clocked out. I'm on my way home. You know exactly how many miles it take. Just give a man a minute. Sometimes we got a oosaw. We don't need our woman that we love and cherish and coming home. Get off our back. You know we got to deal with as a black man every day we walk out the door. We damn near about to get shot. We getting talked bad about at the job. Getting fired. We got to worry about being left in line to get the food that you asked us to bring home, and you wonder why we late. Hey, OG, back me up, man.
I respect it though. I get it.
Listen, and this is the difference where I look at my age totally different from.
Trey ain't been to nobody's market. Okay, stop it.
Hold up, now. See, I do all the shopping.
His wife shop. Don't listen to him. His wife shop.
No, my wife do all the cooking. I do all
What you mean? Only right? Okay.
I do all the shopping. I go to the Home Depot, the Walmart, the Whole Foods. I'm the one that's doing.
I know you be at home shopping when you're at, don't you? I got you.
No, I get out into the street.
You go in the street. Oh, you in the streets?
Listen. Y'all cannot put me with my favorite era adults. I'm not that type of guy. I was built to go out and use my hands. Sometimes my feet if I have to. I'll put it together. I don't call people to. It's the type of guy I am. And that's the type, and I understood the type of person I needed in my life. Someone who's not afraid to get her hands dirty. Someone is not afraid to get her hands, because listen, we've had 3 dishwashers.
Talk to him, OG.
We never
OG,
use a
talk to him.
dishwasher. We never use dishwasher. We always do it by our hand because that's the level
Straight
that
up.
I was always.
What is
brought up
a
on.
dishwasher? Hey, OG, you gotta tell them what a dishwasher is. The dishwasher is just where you put the damn dishes after you wash them.
I don't have to tell them what a dishwasher is. They know exactly.
Yeah,
what
they
it
don't
is.
even know. They ain't Hey, OG, these women ain't washing no dishes.
Hey, yo, it's hella
OG,
funny because you know
I'ma tell you
what? My
something.
biggest
OG,
joke.
I'm
My
a
biggest
chef. Hey,
joke.
OG. Hey, Joe.
Wait,
Hey,
look.
OG. Hey, OG, I'm a chef out here. You heard? Listen, I haven't even dated. Listen, I only dated one woman that can cook better than me. Huh? OG, I'm gonna tell you something. I only dated one woman. No, that's a lie. I've only dated 2 women that can cook better than me. And she in the kitchen.
Look, my thing is this. I don't even like my man in the kitchen. I prefer for him to barbecue first off. Like,
I
cause
know.
I don't
See,
want
now she putting us on the grill. Nigga, get your ass outside. You heard that, OG? She said, nigga, get outside. You a field nigga. You a field nigga. Get outside on the grill, nigga.
He like barbecuing.
That's why
That's
y'all need BBWs. Y'all need big women because they cook. You know what I'm saying? You will stay fed.
Hey, I'm little, but I cook. Don't exclude me.
Yes.
Evolution. I have evolved. I can cook though. Okay, I'm a little girl. I ain't but 130. I ain't but 130, but I can cook though.
They need a big girl that
That's
can
right,
cook.
queen.
That will put it down in other areas. But
Hey, I ain't gonna even hold. Hey, them BBW be holding it down, bro.
Yes.
Hey, when you wake up in the morning, if you got a BBW OG, hey, that BBW gonna have you some coffee. Hey, you smelling some.
It's like,
she got some
you know
grits
what?
on the stove.
You know what the benefit?
She's scrambling
You know what the
eggs.
benefit
She
is
say,
for
baby,
real?
what you want? Some hummus fries. You know what I mean? What you want, baby?
I met some big chicks that couldn't even cook. So the benefit is.
Wait, I ain't never met a big chick that couldn't cook.
All their ass can't cook.
That's blasphemy.
We gotta be. Nah, hold up.
That's
the
blasphemy.
benefit
I ain't never met a big woman that couldn't
is
cook.
everything
Wait,
feels
hold
like
on.
a titty.
Hey man, turn
You
your
just
camera
wanna
on. Where you
grab
from?
something and everything feel all
Hey,
nice and fuzzy.
Evolution.
That's why
Where she
y'all like
from?
us for
I
real.
ain't never met a big woman that can't cook.
Me either.
Never.
As long as you got that, as long
A
as
big
you got
woman
the
gonna eat.
funds.
A big woman gonna eat.
Hey, stop. Listen. Stop going. Stop. Listen.
I believe you in theory, but I see some big ass women that couldn't cook, and I'm
Y'all be careful because y'all infringing on health issues. Okay. Just because a big woman cook a lot doesn't mean it's healthy. So let's not cause no health issues here.
But we can't say that, Carl, because some big women are not unhealthy. They just big. That don't mean they unhealthy. Some big women are very healthy. Yeah, so it depends. It depends, Carl.
Listen, man, I'm big on that moderation.
Don't hate on the big girl.
Hey, OG, that ain't what she said. She said that she knows some big women that can't cook. I said I ain't
do.
never in my life.
And I know some
Listen,
skinny women that can
bro.
cook their ass off.
Hey, listen, man, I'm 47 years old. I ain't got no wife, no children. I done protected myself all my life. I lost 2 girlfriends because I ain't have unprotected sex with them. When I ain't have unprotected sex with them, they thought I was cheating. I'm trying to protect my future. I ain't never in my life met a big woman that can't cook.
Sir, how long was you in that relationship?
Wait, who said that to me? Who talking to me?
Your boo.
Oh, longitude and
latitude.
He said longitude and latitude. I love it.
Wait.
I'm gonna be honest. If you was in a relationship with me for let's say a year to 2 years, and you just feel like, you know what, I don't even want to pull out with you, I just need plastic on it, I'ma feel like, you know what, I know you pulling out somewhere, but you know what, go ahead about your business.
Damn, mama.
That makes sense. That make a lot of sense, Lola.
No. What about the wait? What about the man that grew up where his father was a pastor, his mama's a pastor, his grandfather?
We got nothing to do with that, bro.
I don't even post to. Listen, I don't even post to date a woman I don't want to marry. I don't supposed to have sex with a woman that don't want to be the mother of my children. So then, if I take listen, hey, longitude and latitude. If you tell me,
so then why? Listen, then stop fucking at all.
Wait, hold on. Look, I'll work on that deal, but it's already done deal. Listen, what I'm saying is,
shit,
like,
no.
Wait, hold on. It's already done deal. I already messed that part up. What I'm saying is, when I'm with the woman, hey, longitude and latitude, you tell me to take the rub off, that mean that you ready to make a family. And that's just how I feel. Now, if you telling me to take the rub off, that means shoot the club up and you ready to have a baby. Is that true or no?
Here's the difference. Here's the difference with me. I don't fuck niggas that I don't feel is good enough to father my children. So if
I
you
just
don't
said
want,
that I was raised. I don't date a woman I don't marry.
There you go.
If you don't,
hey, mama, we ain't got to argue. Listen, I'm working on your.
Wait a minute, stop. I let you talk, BNT. Give me a second. I let you talk now.
All right, no, you true. Wait, hold on. I digress. Hey, I'm a man.
Okay, don't walk in like I can't talk.
I said I digress. Why you still yelling at me?
Let me finish. I don't. If we in a relationship 2 years and I don't fuck niggas that I feel like couldn't father my children and I wouldn't be okay with it, but you feel like you don't want me to be the mother of your children. Obviously, we got problems that I'm not aware of. Now, here's the thing.
Exactly.
I know how men get down. If you having sex with me and you don't want to take that condom off, and you don't want to take the condom off, I know there's a big probability you taking it off someplace else, and you can't risk the back and forth. I know that. So it's like at the end of the day, when you do that, yes, it is. Here's the thing: if you have raw sex with me, then go have raw sex with another girl, right? And then my pH gets off, I already know you fucking something else.
Yeah,
so
I'm not gonna have unprotected sex.
Hold on, wait a minute. No. What I'm telling you is this: you can keep that condom on, right? But as far as I'm concerned, if we together a certain amount of time and we can't have good sex the way I want to have good sex because I trust you and I want to be with you and I want you to father my kids, but you don't want no kids with me, you can go ahead with it, okay?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you a man like me. I'm Ilegua. Alafia share Alafia ni. Ashe Sheba. I'm trying to tell you, when the woman tells me to take the condom off, it's over with. That means that's mine. We finna shut it down. I'm finna heat the club up. We finna shut it down.
Hey, Ilegbara, what did I just say?
Don't ask me. Do not ask me to take the condom off, and I still.
Ilegbara,
I ain't got no condom on. I'm shooting the club up.
Ilegbara, I have spoken, and you heard me, and you still here. I'm gonna shoot the club.
I said Ilegua.
I'm still listening. I'm still trying to figure out one question. Why does it take you 2 years? Why does it take you a year?
That's a good question.
Take the condom off?
Oh, 2 years.
Hey, Carl, he said, wait a minute. Hold on.
Hey, so that mean a man got to be around.
No, hold on.
Before he can go wrong.
But no, hold on, PNC. Carl asked, why is it taking 2 years?
PNT. I don't even know what company that is.
Wait a minute. PNC. Hold on, stop.
PTN.
No, I'm PTN.
PTN, stop. You know what I mean, okay? You know what I mean, okay? Carl asked a question about why does it take 2 years. The reason why I use that scenario, Carl, is because I didn't want to say, well, we've been together 4 months. So that's like, if you're together 4 months and you entering that, that's kind of early to be taking off condoms. But if you together at over a year, meaning there's 2 cycles of seasons that then went past, this is enough time for you to decide whether or not this is someone that you can see yourself with or not. So therefore, at this point, if you still wearing condoms as a man and you really don't want to take it off, that tells me where your mind is at. That tells me where you at when it comes to our relationship. Because most men don't want to wear condoms on the first date. If we 2 years in and you don't want to take it off, I know something going on. That's why I said
hold on, OG. Hey, OG, before you answer, hold on, OG. Listen, hey, OG, let me bring you in.
Hey, listen, longitude and latitude. Let me tell you something. When a man is about family planning, listen, I'm a different breed. I'm a bicentennial baby. That's when they broke the damn mold in 1976. You heard? Just listen to what I'm trying to tell you, right? Like, we don't want to put ourselves in no type of situation that ain't lifelong and whatever, right? So just because it's been 2 years and I'm still scrap, a real man gonna wait until you ready. We just taking protocol. We taking precautions. Now, if the woman say take that off and I go raw, I will not stick my penis in no other woman raw. Hell no. I would not do no shit like that. So I don't know what type of men you've been dealing with, longitude and latitude. However, you got to tighten up on your backstroke, and you might need to make better choices in men, like I need to make better choices in
Wait a
women.
minute, wait a
Hey,
minute, wait a minute.
OG, go ahead, man. My bad, dog.
First of all, I
Let
gotta listen.
another man say his piece about what you just
Listen,
said.
listen. First of all, I come from the era of dick discipline. If fuck it, you don't plan on keeping it, don't fuck it. So we're looking at it from a different aspect of fear. You want the good time, but you fear the outcome. So you're gonna wear this plastic for 2 years. So you think that's gonna safeguard you. That doesn't safeguard you because emotions is still the emotions are still tied in. You talking about investing 2 years with a person? Come on now.
Now I get that the emotions be strong, especially from the kiss. That's why I always say pimp harder. Technically, you ain't supposed to kiss if you don't want to catch feelings. That's the first rule.
You don't even want to see it. You don't even want to see that woman with another man for no reason at all. Rather you smash or you didn't smash, and that's the first 6 months.
Wait, I don't know. Evolution. Hey, evolution. I don't know who that is talking. Shout out to the king. I don't know who that
brother
is.
Carl right there.
Okay, shout out to Carl. You talking about the pastor?
The pastor, yeah.
Okay, cool. Shout out to Carl. Now listen, hey, evolution. Tell me this right here. I just want to hear your input. I'm gonna hit my mute button. Come try and tell me. And then evolution, please go through the panel that you have on here. And then can they state their name, where they from, so I can get my notes? Hey, evolution. Tell me this right here. I'm gonna tell you something about me. A longitude and latitude. I want you to get your antennas up and get your damn notes. Evolution. To me, I believe that kissing is the most passionate thing that you can do between man and a woman. So when the woman is not a good kisser, that can be a turnoff, right? And so then now you got this new generation of women, this new wave. Evolution. Why women don't even kiss no more? When a woman don't kiss, now for a man like me, I think that's a problem. Because before we even first we're gonna start holding hands. We'll hug, we'll hold hands. They don't even hold hands no more. Now let's get to the kissing part. Now the kissing is to me, it's the most passionate thing that you can do. If you don't get aroused by that passionate kiss, then you don't need to get into bed. Evolution, what's your thing about that? And please go through the panel and find out how they feel about kissing, because I think that's a lost art. And OG, can you save yourself for last? Because I think you got more experience.
Okay, now this is good. He asked the right person.
Right, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Pushing solid. He asked the right person. Now, like I was saying before, there's a saying called pimp harder. And pimpology, you know what I'm saying? I call it 101. Kissing is a way for you to get got. That's where the feelings, that's so intimate. That's the most intimate step before you actually lay down and get penetrated or penetrate something. So if I could be in a relationship and we don't have to kiss, then my feelings won't get so caught up in you. Because even with the condom, now people catch feelings with the condom, but I've been to where I ain't catch no feelings with that condom on. You know what I'm saying? Now when the condom come off, that's when the spirits and the souls be interchanging and stuff like that. But that's me. I'm not gonna kiss you unless I want to keep you. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. As far as a holding hands thing, I don't want you to think I want you You get what I'm saying? So I don't know about the holding hands thing and we in public. Maybe when we sitting, before Netflix and chill or something. You know what I'm saying? I may hold your hand or something like that. Maybe when we got the next chick, you know what I'm saying, with us or something like that, we can all hold hands. But as far as like that, some things are just a little too intimate for some women. So, and kissing is one of them. But let me ask you, we got my girl Nate, that's the Georgia Peach. What you think? We're gonna go down the line. What you think about kissing?
Like I said, you made a mistake and kissed the snake. Made a mistake. And sometimes, like I said, this is the thing about it. If you and that person are not alike either, all hell breaks loose, So you got to be very careful with who you kissing.
Yeah, I respect that. What you think, Stephanie? So I guess Stephanie, White School Podcast. What you think?
Well, I love to kiss.
Okay.
In interacting with my person, I think it's very beautiful, and it is passionate and does lead to other things. But yeah, it's definitely a very high intimate exchange of connection right there. I mean, even if you don't do the other thing, it's still like you're connecting with them intimately. And they've even said, like, studies, like even for married couples, like a 6-minute kiss can like help carry that couple throughout the day. If they don't have time to do all the stuff, just kissing carries them. I was like, wow, that's kind of cool. So yeah, it's very powerful.
Okay. I'm gonna ask the next queen, then I'm gonna go to the kings. Okay, longitude and latitude. That's a Lola Bunny right there. What you think? Because I know you want to hear what you think.
Listen, if you having sex with somebody and you can't kiss them, you know what you being. You know the type person you is in this moment. So we really can't even include you in, the My High Club, okay? So at the end of the day, if you fucking and you can't kiss, you don't really got no options. You just out here begging for some ass. That you don't got no real options. Options is when every person that put their penis in you or their vagina on you want to kiss you all over. That's options. So if the girl don't want to kiss you, but she want to sit on that plastic for a couple of seconds, like, you icky. If a dude want to keep his condom on and it's been 2 fucking years, he think you icky. That's what that is. And he probably ain't kissing you either. All right. If he can't take that condom off, he ain't putting his lips on you. Because here's the thing. Men are trying to stop themselves from catching STDs and obviously having kids. But if he don't want his penis in you, why would he want his tongue in you too?
Yes.
Like, here's the thing. Why you got the like this is what I'm saying. You shouldn't be having sex with somebody that you don't respect to the point that if they should get pregnant, that you don't respect them as holding your children down in your absence. Like, you shouldn't be having sex with people that you don't respect like that. So that's not my problem. But at the end of the day, kissing is something that's very vital for human connection. It is. When you're in a relationship and you don't kiss, your relationship takes a hit. Most relationships can't handle it without that, because it's a non-sexual exchange that's just as great, as Stephanie said, as sex. It just is. Mm-hmm. So this is why we can kiss in front of kids. Non-sexual sex.
Okay, I respect that. You made a lot of sense too. Trey, what you think about kissing? I know you married, Trey. What you think about that?
If my wife kisses me longer than 3 fucking minutes, it's an hour and a half later of whatever it is. So,
that part, I mean, right there, you're not leaving. You're gonna stay at home.
I don't mind kissing. I just don't like a sloppy kisser. Don't put your tongue down my throat. Put that shit in the middle, and we meet in the middle and play around in the middle of the playground. Don't be trying to go down my tonsils and shit. No,
I don't like that.
So wait, her tongue can't be long, basically.
Well, it can be long. She just better control that motherfucker and use it.
You know what? This is risky.
On part 2.
He doesn't want to be penetrated.
You are stifling that woman's sexuality. That's what you're doing. Stifling her.
No. That never stopped anything. I just
stifling that woman.
I communicate that before the fact.
Oh, you told her don't kiss you deeply before she kissed you?
I mean, in conversations, okay, do you like to kiss? Yeah, okay. Listen, do you like to put your tongue down somebody's throat? No, I like to keep it in, look, okay, cool.
So you don't like her tongue in your ear then?
Well, I ain't say in my ear. I said down my
throat. She can get it long in your ear, but not in your not in your mouth.
But not too much. You don't go around. You don't go around the outside. Don't stick it inside. Don't go in there. Don't go in my orifice. Don't go in my orifice.
Love with limitations.
Don't do it.
Yeah, love with limitations. That's what that is. Love with limitations.
But again,
what you think?
It's to everybody's liking. You know what I'm saying? Because even with women, you can say don't start out kissing, and then when he put that hammer on you, you trying to slob everything down after that. Everything. Once that hammer gets you,
tell them nasty
we
lady.
talk shit before that hammer start hammering, and then when we get a few nails punched in, like, oh shit, and you kiss me, hold up, where you going? Give me a kiss, baby. It's just, I guess it's just the time and the space that you're in at that point. I think we do a lot of over sexualization of ourselves, and then when somebody really enter into us and want to be a part of our life, we putting limitations on that person because we done already experienced all that old gross ass shit. And I look at people's teeth and I look at the crumbs around their mouth. All that shit plays a big role in me. I even go there.
Where you from, Trey? Where
I'm
you
from
from?
Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville. Okay.
He said rural Kentucky.
Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville.
Like Nelly?
Louisville.
Saint Lunatics.
But listen, I love a woman from the South. A woman from the South. Oh my God. New York, the South. Oh yeah. Come on. Kiss all over me. All that shit.
I see. You don't got no love for us people in the middle. That's fine. That's
I don't know where you at, OG. You
want a tongue in the middle, but don't like people in the middle. Okay.
You need to give me up because you light skin.
Contradiction.
We're supposed to be together.
Hey, longitude and latitude. Why is you worried? I'm gonna get your location.
Repeat, sir.
He said gonna get your location.
I said longitude and latitude. Worry about what he's saying when I'm trying to find out your location. That's what I said.
Oh,
it sounds like you hating, bro. Don't be hating, man. Just it's part of the game, bro. You can't beat me, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I ain't trying to beat you. I'm trying to be better than you.
All right.
But he's already lost because he's already commenting on what hadn't happened. So I will.
Yeah, that longitude and latitude may need to experience something that she been praying for. I'm gonna tell you something, man. As Ilegua, man has a tendency. The ones that's been through these type of things, man. Women be praying for things, and then, hey, OG, I know you off the mark. Why do women evolution? I'm gonna ask evolution and run it through. Why women that's been battered, bruised, between what they call now? Something like something V, like what I'm saying, like they been through that, right? Yeah, they done been through that. They done been through men cheating on them. They got baby daddies. Other sorts of type of things, right? And then finally they pray to God for a man to come into their life. Don't love yet, right? And then when the man that they prayed for shows up, why the hell evolution? Why they get nervous when the for appears? Okay, I'm gonna cheat.
That's a great question.
Yeah. I mean, I can't answer it. It's like when you gotten bad all your life. Sometimes you can't recognize good because all you've known is bad. Yeah, that good coming at the wrong time when all you've seen is bad, and sometimes you abuse it. I think every woman has been through that. I'm not sure, but I think every woman.
Hey, evolution, evolution. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's just. You've been playing the lotto. You ain't hit now number. Now you got the winning lotto ticket and you questioning the ticket?
because you're not used to winning. It's something new
Well,
in your
who
life.
problem? Wait, who
Winning.
problem is that? Huh?
Well, it's their problem because they're supposed to heal before they.
All right then. So that goes
Yeah.
back to one of the other women. I have no
Therapy.
idea who it was. Right? Okay. So then when you got the winner, would you question it? It's because you're not used to it? Because I told you, I ain't new to it. I'm used to it. I do it like this. You understand me? Trying to understand. Why would a woman pray for something that she's not ready for?
Okay, so let us answer you, sir. Let me answer you, sir.
Yeah, don't worry.
Pray.
I want to hit a whole panel because I got 10 miles.
I got you.
All right,
I got you. We're gonna hold it down, POP. Hold on.
Oh,
People
shit.
pray. People pray for stuff they're not ready for every day. And I mean that very literally. And sometimes God does this little trick where it gives you what you ask for just to prove you don't know what you really want. That's sometimes what happens too. You know. That
word.
Yeah.
I have a situation where because I'm gonna put myself out there a little bit.
You gonna be the last one.
Can you guys hear me?
Ruby.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I just want to give you.
Okay.
You're gonna be the last one. We're gonna end in about 5 minutes. We're gonna do the final thoughts. Again, Ruby, I got you. And we went way over.
Okay, queens. Yeah. let's just say that I'm very promiscuous by nature or maybe by trauma. Okay, let's just say that. I lived a long time being very friendly pussy, you know what I'm saying? Now and then due to some very I would say some very hard circumstances, I just stopped. I was just like, I just froze. Like, okay, no one's getting this until there's a connection type of shit, right? So it's all based on either a trauma response or something. Let's just say after one very long fast, I got intimate. First of all, kissing, by the way, I think I could just come off of kissing. Let's just say that.
Oh.
And I hadn't kissed anybody in a while. And so I'm making out with this dude. And it's like, dang, we are making love like we even love each other. And it felt wrong. It felt wrong to put myself in such a vulnerable position. But see, that's my own battle with myself. Before that, I had, I've made love to, or I've had sex with people I never kissed. It was just kind of like, let's just get this out real quick.
Right.
And so it's like, knowing all of those those parts and like what I've experienced, I was like, you know what, if you don't, who cares if this dude love you? You gonna accept this, you know what I'm saying? You gonna, and then I think, it was just so freeing for me. It's like, sometimes you don't have to overthink it. I know he's clean. He knows I'm clean. We've been friends for like a long time. And it's okay that we don't love each other. But I must say, as a result of our love making, I've been thinking about this motherfucker. Like I'm really like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like it softens me up a little bit, you know what I mean? And then to what my sister said, yeah, kissing is very beneficial and it also boosts your immune system. So boom, that's all I got.
Now I'm glad that we talked about this, but we're about to end. But you know what? I got a good idea for the next show. We're gonna talk about that. Over what y'all say here, because some people just have questions and they just need to be answered. And I think the ladies come up here, the kings come up here, and I think we can answer some of these questions. So we're gonna figure that out for the next show. Okay, this is what we want to do, right? So for all those that's new, like Push and Nay, what we do is we do something at the end of the show. It's called Dear Ladies. What Dear Ladies is, it's the final thoughts. So as long as you've been up here, you summarize everything, any solutions, anything that you learned, anything that you want to put out there. But you started by saying, Dear Ladies. Okay, I put you in the spotlight and you just say like your final thoughts, right? So if y'all ready, we're gonna start, because I appreciate all y'all for coming. This is a great show. We have fun, and I want everybody to come back. Those in the chat, I want everybody to come back next week, Thursday. You know what I'm saying? We're moving to 7:00, so we're moving down an hour, because that'll be a better time for everybody to come, but I'll be putting out promotions and stuff and everything like that, right? If you haven't subscribed, I'm gonna need you to hit that subscribe button right now. Here you go. All right, make sure you subscribe to the channel and
Hit the
all these
likes
channels
up.
here. Make you subscribe,
Subscribe.
help us out, support. Hit the like button. If you're in the room, make sure you hit the like button. If you haven't already, do it before
Share
you
it.
leave. You got time. Also, hit the notification button. A lot of y'all don't know I'm live because I didn't hit the notification bell. It's that little bell, and press all. You'll every time I go live, you'll be able to see it. You'll be able to come in the room, represent, and talk to all of us. Okay. So now let's do the dear ladies. Remember, when you start, you're gonna say dear ladies, or dear gentlemen if you want to talk to the kings, but mostly dear ladies because we're the ones. All right, so here we go. We're gonna go in order. All right, we're gonna start with the Queen Nay. All right, remember, dear ladies, let them know.
Dear ladies, stop laying down with men that you do not want to have a family with.
That's it, Nay?
That's all.
Oh, okay. All right, Nay. I ain't mad at that. Thank you, Nay. All right, next up we had the Queen Stephanie. Here you go, Queen.
Dear ladies, men are human. They have feelings. And sometimes we just need to fall back in our feminine and be that piece that he may need in that moment. Not saying that a man is a boo-boo-boo crybaby, but he does need to express his feelings. And if he can do that with you, please be a safe space for him and do not use that against him, because more than likely in the future, he will not tell you anything else ever again. So do your best, fall back, listen, and be that support for your man. And yeah, make it work.
All right, thank you, Stephanie. All right. Matter of fact, let me get the queens first. We always do the queens first. So next up, we got what's it? Longitude and latitude. The queen, the Queen Lola.
Location.
Oh my God. I always pick up nicknames. This is crazy. Okay, so dear ladies, tonight's conversation was about us not listening to our men. But as you can see, if you watched all of the 3 hours and 27 minutes thus far, that's a misnomer. Okay, no woman on this planet, no women on this planet listens to their group of men. All right, so let's take race out of it. At the end of the day, if he can't tell you what to do, then we all know he can't tell you what to do. Some of us, as we saw, feel like we allow men to cry. Others, not so much. But that's the good thing about women. It's a lot of different types. You get to choose. So there's no need to complain that women don't respect you. Just go to one that's fit for you. Okay? That's the beauty of what God gave you women for. All these choices. So I hope it's been informative, but if it hasn't, you'll probably die alone like Kevin Samuel said you would. But good night. I ocean you all.
All right.
Yes. Mama's so funny.
All right, and next up we have the Queen Ruby Dawn.
What's up, everybody? Dear ladies, excuse me. Accountability is so sexy. Knowing what you want is so sexy. Empathy is very sexy, and societal norms are lame. I think that self-love is the antidote for a lot of different things. It's not the only thing, but it's the antidote for a lot of insecurity that we might feel as a result of these societal norms. I want to say that I appreciate all the thoughts that have been shared here. And just remember that no one can love you more than you can love you. And I mean that for real. You're sexy Samoan. Boom.
Boom. All right. Yes. Thank you, Queen. All right, next up.
Here you go with your fine ass, Trey. Go ahead.
Yes, Trey. Here we go. Trey first.
Well, ladies, listen, please understand that your body is your golden ticket. Your body is your golden ticket. Don't abuse your body before you become an adult. Keep it as pure as possible. Don't induce self-trauma on yourself too young. If you have a daughter and she's not in the space that you are, teach her to respect her body, to respect womanhood, to respect her future. Far too many times we see it. And a lot of young adults, even adults today, are in a space where they have abused themselves and their bodies too long.
Yeah.
If you're not in that space, give yourself some grace. Don't let the peer pressures of your friends and people in your family pressure you to having sex. Your body is your golden ticket. Your body is for a man. And just like a used car, if you go look at the car and it's all beat up and run down, you don't want it. And if you want to be in certain positions, as we see, chasing the bag and a man that's going to pour his complete, I guess, lineage and finance into you, allow others that love you, vet that man for you before you go giving up your golden ticket. And as my sister Evolution calls it, get in the demon D, because you will get it and you may not be ready for it. You know, other than that, just treat people with respect and love, and God will place that man in front of you when you're ready. That's all I got.
All right, thank you, Trey. That was good. All right. All right, next up, we got the King Push Talk Radio. You ready, Push Talk?
Yeah, I'm in position. To all the ladies that's out there, from my notes, shout out to Miss Baltimore. I would like to give thanks to Evolution. Even I believe her name is Ruby. Shout out to Ruby. I would like to give thanks to Callie. I appreciate you. Longitude and latitude, you already freaking know. And the lady in the red dress, I think we're on the same page. I think that we as a people need to focus on what's really the ultimate goal at hand. For a woman that don't want to kiss a man, I don't want to use the word that comes to my mind, because kissing to me is the most passionate thing that you can do before you even get into intercourse. When a person can have intercourse without kissing, it's a different word that come to mind, and I'll say that for myself. I think that we as a people need to define what we want in life. I think that we need to both make better decisions, men and women. On the other hand, I would like to say that I do appreciate each and every one of you all for coming on this platform. When it comes to Evolution and we are on the same page and we're moving in a different way. I look forward to seeing each and every one of you all. The time has changed. I have to change my notes. I look forward to seeing you all every Thursday, I believe at 7 o'clock, maybe from 7 to 9 or 7 to 10. I got to get with Evolution on that there. Fellas, I think that we need to put God's first in every relationship that we do. And ladies, do not lay down with a man that you don't want to be the father of your child. Put God first. And with that, I digress. Shout out to you, Evolution. I appreciate y'all. Catch me on Push Talk Radio. I'll be on Instagram. We on YouTube. We on Twitter, Facebook, and such and such. But just rest to know, you will not come between me and Evolution. And for that, I digress. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay, now.
Yeah, once you represented PTN. That was good for the first time, right? Let me tell y'all, you know what? Let me put myself for last but not least, the change y'all want to see. Nah, you know me. I'm always laughing and having fun. What y'all need to recognize right now is support, is community, is unity. It's people that look like me, that look like us, supporting each other, coming in the room, talking, actually making sense, coming up with solutions. Yes, Black people do that. And this is what I'm trying to show y'all every Thursday. And we are breaking myths, rumors, stereotypes. We blowing them out the water, and we're gonna keep doing that. I want to thank everybody that's in this room and that come in this room that show me love, from the panel to the chat. And like Push said, we going up, we working, we both preaching women empowerment, and I love working with all the kings, all the queens. I appreciate y'all. Now, what I want to say to the ladies, I'm not your average woman, right? So I'm a little harder, than most women, but I still got a big heart and I still show love, right? So I would say about Black women not listening to men, it's a stereotype. It's not always true. There are, some women that do, some women that don't. But look at the kings in this room. Very easy. You get what I'm saying? To listen to them like we've been doing, to have them lead because they stand up like strong Black men. You get what I'm saying? When you got a king in the room, you got to represent, you got to show them that love and give them that respect. You get what I'm saying? So we just showed y'all that this topic right here is not all the way necessarily true. Men, pick good women, okay? Them red flags, that is Jesus punching you in the face. Figure it out. You get what I'm saying? Hey, some women are for a night and some for a lifetime. You got to figure it out. Ladies, if you got a good man in your life, you get what I'm saying? And he might need to work on a few things. You can work with him. On the crying thing, I'm not dealing with it. But if you're a woman that can, then you do that. Do whatever makes you happy, okay? Whatever makes you happy. And I want to thank you. Let me come back to my family here. Okay. And I think this was a great show, y'all. And what we are doing.
Bam.
Yes, and you guys were right. We are pushing the time back at least an hour because it's getting hard to get, people coming from work. Yes, my fam, we work. You know what I'm saying? So some of us come from work. We making great changes in the world and stuff like that. Sometimes we need a little unwinding space so we can come in here and do this magic every Thursday. So again, Live Ladies Podcast is going to be on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Thursday. Please come back next week. I want to thank everybody that really came in and showed love. We all appreciate it, and I'll give you one more chance. If you did not subscribe, here you go. All right. And with that said, I need everybody. So you know how we do. It's about time to say good night. We will see y'all next Thursday. Good night, y'all.
Good night.
I'm never asking a lot. I'm only needing one thing. don't need the jewels and the pearls and all the things in between. I need a lot of your time, and I be needing attention. Need that next level love, boy, you know I'm feeling ascension. I'm feeling ascension. I see what we're missing. Put some clothes on, baby, can we go to a dinner? Let's go to a movie for just us two. Let's make new memories between me and you. Heels, check. Beat, check. Run up the check, baby, tell me what's next. Hey, love, check. Fun, check. One-on-one, baby, we needed this. It's a day night. Get dressed, let's get dressed, let's. It's a day night. No stress, no. No stress, no. It's a day night. Get dressed, let's get dressed, let's. It's a day night. No stress, no. No stress, no. Know you needed my time, and I'm needing you too. Fly me out to dinner, reservation for two. I can't even deny, I ain't even gon' lie, that you really got my heart. Tonight it's a whole vibe. Tonight it's about us, riding round Billy truck. Know they faces is stuck, unconditional love. Tonight we gon' make some memories, ain't thinking about our enemies. Pop out and we make a scene and drop about 300 beans. Heels, check. Beat, check. Run up the check, baby, tell me what's next. Hey, love, check. Fun, check. One-on-one, baby, we needed this. It's a day night. Get dressed, let's get dressed, let's. It's a day night. No stress, no. No stress, no. It's a day night. Get dressed, let's get dressed, let's. It's a day night. No stress, no. No stress, no.